Hi guys, so I'm a little bit late. I just got tied up with a couple of things. Finally got here in the end, as you can see. Yeah. Okay, guys, it's yeah. Well, welcome again to another Thursday night live stream with yours truly, Alan Scouser. Hope you've all had a good week. And as you can see, I'm in my usual relaxed position upstairs in my bedroom. Yeah. I just I'm sorry to keep you waiting, guys, but we'll sort something out now with the comments anyway, and get them rolling. Yeah, yeah. Well, I hope you've all been watching some good movies and that. Please feel free to discuss and that. I'll just get through the comments anyway, guys. Oh, if you see me pausing at any time and that, and maybe like holding me nose, we've got the the bloody nutcase trolls in. So apologies for that, but I'm not going to give them any airtime if I can help it. So it's great to be back again with another Let's Talk Horror a Thursday night live stream. So I hope you all had a good week in that, and if there's any problems with either with the sound or the visuals, do let me know so they can address it. The last thing I want to be doing is be waffling on and your guys not being able to either see or hear me. Okay, all right then, guys. I'm just going to go straight into the comics and catch up with them. Am I dead yet? Wondering is it 8 p.m. or 9:20? No, it's 8 p.m. Well, just after 8 p.m. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Jeff, see it? Yeah. Am I dead? Yes. There's a conflict there. Am I dead yet? Jeff. Yeah, it says 9:20 on the video, but 8 in the info. Oh, right. I'll have to have a look at that. Jeff. All right, Jeff. Might have changed to 9:20. Maybe Alan's unexpected visitors to his house and has put the time back. No, I can show you everything's okay in that respect. Am I dead? Yes. Oh, well, hang about till about 10 past. I'm going to be on for an extra, all going well, guys, if it goes well. Hope to be on an extra hour tonight. So that'll be some kind of recompense for, for in adversity, keeping you waiting and that. So just see how it goes and that, and I might stretch it till 11 o'clock. Okay. Kevin, you okay, Kev? Thanks for turning up. Hi, Alan, everyone. Good evening. Good evening to you. Jeff, yeah, I'll hang around. No need to, because I can hang around like waiting now, because as you can see, I'm here now. It says live in 77 minutes. I'll have to have a look at that. The settings and that. I'll have to try and sort that out. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I'll see if I can come back at 9:20. There's no need to now. Am I dead? Yes, I'll go watch the Liverpool game and come back. I don't need to do that. um, Brian's here. Okay, Brian. Thanks for turning up. Kevin's sound and picture are both great. Oh, thanks very much, Kev. Good to hear it. Yeah. We're just waiting for people to start drifting back. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. As I say, I got tied up with one or two things in that. So yeah. So as you've been watching any good movies over the last couple of weeks, feel free to discuss. I watched a good one the other night. I've done a review of it on my channel. Most probably, if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm going to say. A movie called Compliance. It's based on a true story. I won't go into it, guys. It's all in the review. The review put on my channel. Yeah, it's basically about this poor girl that works in this fast food restaurant. So she gets accused of shoplifting by this policeman on the phone, and that very very dark watch. Yeah. So and last night I watched well, I've watched it before. Like I watched my Arrow edition of the Cat o' Nine Tails. I still don't think it's one of Argento's best movies. Thought I'd give it another go to see if I like it any better. And yeah, unfortunately, still doesn't impress me in that. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but neither did I love it. So yeah, any of you people seeing Cat o' Nine Says, do you share my opinion of it? That it's not a very good Argento movie. Kevin's saying looking forward to Tormented on Blu-ray. A lovely little horror thriller on Blu. Oh, when is that coming out, Kev? That's one of my favourite ghost stories. That with some great extras. Is it going to get a UK Blu-ray release? Because I know is it Imprint? Imprint did a Blu-ray a couple of months ago, but it was quite expensive. Yeah, tell me more about that, Kev. If it's getting released this Monday or whenever, I'll order that. Yeah, I like that one, Tormented. Kevin saying sounds interesting, knows Alan. Yeah, Bird with the Crystal Plumage is great. That's my favourite Dario Argento movie, Kev. Hence the reason why I've got a poster on my wall. You can just see the corner of it there. Yeah, the Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Yeah, fantastic movie. I believe it was Argento's first foray into the Giallo genre, wasn't it? Yeah, I love Susie Kennel in it as well. Yeah, I've got the as I got this, got the special Arrow edition of that. Yeah, so great movie. Kevin's saying tormented. Kevin's saying tormented is the 20th of April. Al. No, it's from Film Masters in the USA. Oh right. I'll see how much it is, and I'll if it's reasonably priced, I'll put an order in for that. Thanks, Kev. Let's wait for some more comments. At some point in the future, I hope to do a video rating all my all-time favourites, Dario Argento movies and that, so watch out for that. Kevin's saying lovely booklet, nice extras. Oh, very good. Yeah, I'll certainly watch out for that, Kev. Yeah, I love that movie. I'm really made up with me 88 films, double release. The Witchfinder General and the Blood on Satan's Claw. Lovely additions by 88 Films. I can't wait to revisit those. Yeah, packed with loads of juicy extras as well. So yeah, 88 Films are doing a good job with these new releases with the slipcovers, and I believe they're going to be releasing The Beast in the Cellar. That's another one I haven't seen for a few years. With one with Beryl Reid, and I think it's Flora Robson. Yeah, so I'll certainly be getting that one. Kevin says, I love Argento Barbara. Like, yeah, me too. Yeah. As I say, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, I think that's an absolute masterpiece. I also love Suspiria as well. I did not like that bloody remake. Oh, it was awful. Really, really bad that was, yeah. So oh yeah, I love the Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Suspiria, movies like that, Tenebrae, Inferno. Yeah, Grace. You okay, Edward? Thanks for stopping by. Ian and Alan, hope you're well. I'm not too bad, thanks, Ed. What's your thoughts on Blumhouse and Lionsgate to reimagine studios' horror classics, starting with the Blair Witch Project? Is this a good or bad thing? I'm not really a big fan of the Blair Witch Project, Ed. So I don't think I'll be checking that out. I don't really know too much about Blumhouse pictures, but although I have seen the box sets of them and Lionsgate as well. I don't really know too much about them, so but I definitely won't be checking out the Blair Witch Project. I think that's one of the most, if not the most overrated horror movie ever. Of course, there was a lot of hype surrounding that, wasn't there? When it was released, there was a lot of they sort of like saying it was a true story and that, to get people to watch it and that. But oh yeah, I didn't like it at all, and I blame that movie alone for spawning a lot of the found footage drivel what we've got now. Never been a fan of found footage, yeah, so no, think I'll be passing on that. Kevin's saying, I love 88 Films at the moment. Yeah, me too. Yeah, they're doing a great job, as I say, with those, releases and that. Say The Witchfinder General, one of my all-time favorite Vincent Price movies, and yeah, the other one, Blood and Satan's Claw, fantastic. Kevin's saying remakes are pointless, Alan. They are, yeah. When I always sort of like groan inwardly and roll my eyes when I hear there's gonna be another bloody remake. Very very rare to get it right. My favourite remake was the remake of the Amityville Horror. I think was made in 2005. I like that one better than the 1979 one with Margot Kidder and James Brolin. Yeah, I love that one. That remake. Yeah, very very rare. The sort of like they can emulates the original. Yeah, but I love that. I love that Amityville Horror remake. It's great. Last House on the Left wasn't a bad remake as well. Yeah, well, the original 1972 one was more gritty, wasn't it? I think it was more nasty. Yeah, but I like both movies really. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for some more comments, guys. I've ordered a good book, by the way, off one of the online sites. So I'm really getting into my Japanese horror movies now. I've ordered the Book of Asian horror movies, so I'm looking forward to getting that. So when I get it, I'll most probably do a review of it. Yeah, I'm going to try and do some more book reviews and that, because I know I've done loads and loads of movie reviews, but I need to balance it out a bit. Start doing a few more book reviews as well because I love me books just as much as I love me horror movies. Yeah, so I hope to do my next James Herbert book review. That will be for the Spear. Yeah, that will be coming very soon. Yeah, so I've started. I'll tell you what I've started collecting, guys. Have any of you guys heard of those of you who are more literary inclined? Have you heard of an editor called Ellen Datlow? Ellen Datlow. Now she's carved a great reputation for herself for putting together these all mammoth anthology books and that. The year's best horror. The best ghost stories and that. So I've started collecting some of her volumes and that. She's very very good. Yet she gets hundreds and hundreds of short stories sent to her and that. And I've been watching some YouTube videos of her and that. And she knows her stuff when it comes to picking good horror stories and that, and so yeah, so I've got the I think it's a volume 14 or 15 of the year's best horror stories. I've just ordered the latest one, and I've ordered there's another big one, a great big ghost one she's made and that. So when I get them all, I'll show you them all. I'll do a video on on my channel. Kevin's saying the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is supposed to be good, but I cannot see it being better than the original. Are they going to do another? Are they going to do another one of those? Or they've already done it, one or two, haven't they? They've done like Leatherface, and then they've done that one. Was it made in? Was it the early noughties? That was good. That was quite terrifying. But I don't know. Yeah, are going to do another one, are they, Kev? Got to enlighten me on that. Kevin saying, "I love books too." Oh yeah, yeah, I've read from from virtually like from the age of 5 and 6. I remember the very first books I was mad on was the Enid Blyton books. Every time I saw an Enid Blyton title in the library, I used to borrow it like anything. And that, I think I think I raided all the shelves in my local library of Enid Blyton books. Yeah, the Famous Five, love the Famous Five, Mr. Twiddle, Noddy. Yeah. Oh, but I hate the way these bloody what's the names guys are bloody messing around with the text and that. These bloody nutcase wokes, going in and taking out bloody phrases what people have read for years and that, it hasn't bothered them. I won't try and get into that too much, guys. It really annoys me in that, but yeah, it's ridiculous what they're doing, tampering with our books. We want to leave them alone. But yeah, I loved Enid Blyton. I loved I read a lot of the Just William books as well when I was at school, and I like Jennings as well. He was like Just Williams, like a schoolboy, like all different things happened to him, and that My favourite kids' book was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the Narnia. That was my favourite book. I read all the Narnia books, but The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe was my favourite one. Oh yeah, great, fantastic story. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've always read and that. Quite a few of my family read as well. Yeah, you can't beat a good story. Kevin's saying I've got a couple of nice Tygon books. Oh right, yeah. Oh, you'll have to tell me what they are, Kevin. I haven't got any. I haven't got any books devoted strictly to Tygon. Obviously, I've got the general horror books, Hammer and the anthologies and that. But I haven't got any books specifically dedicated to Tygon. So you'll have to share them with me, Kev. Very interested. Kevin's saying again, I can remember the Beaver Book of Horror. Yeah, when I was a teenager in the 70s, I remember that. I'll have to get that again if I can find it on eBay. Yeah, I've got loads of horror books there, anthologies piling up that I haven't got through yet. I just love buying, collecting them and that, And it's going to take me a while to get through them all. But I'm a bugger. When I go into a bookshop and I see a new anthology, I've just got to get it. A new horror anthology. It doesn't matter how many books I've amassed. I've just got to get it. I used to like the year's best horror, but the British one. But a couple of the stories weren't very good, and that. So I laid that off like for a couple of years and that. But oh yeah, I love my horror anthologies. Yeah, some great ones like over the years been compiled. Of course, the Pan Book of Horror Stories. Like, I regard them as the granddaddy of all the horror short story books, and the Mary Danby, the Fontana Book of Grace Horror Stories. There's some little crackers in them. The Fontana Book of True Ghost Stories. I've got a couple of those as well. Yeah. So actually, guys, I was thinking I haven't made a definite decision yet. I was thinking about starting another channel dedicated to exclusively to books. Just review books, talk about books, instead of just continuing to mix them in with me movies. I mean, what do you guys think? Would you like to see me start a separate channel or books? or do you prefer it all on the one channel? Make it, do it all on the one channel, horror movies and horror books. Let me know. Be very interested, to hear your opinions. Just something that crossed my mind, thinking about like setting up a separate channel dedicated exclusively to books and that, and join the booktube community, yeah, because there's some great writers in that booktube community, yeah. So I'll be starting up again soon on my latest book and that. So when it's all done and that, I hope to do a live stream launch and that. So stay tuned for that. Kevin's saying no, Al. It's the one that said about 2004. Someone said it was better than the original Texas Chainsaw. I've got that one. Yeah, but I haven't got the. There's another one, isn't there? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like a prequel. But I've got that one. I've got the original as well. I didn't think much of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I thought there was too much comedy in that. I didn't like the comedy in it. So I've got it on Blu-ray, but it's not one of my favorites movies. I prefer the original one from 1974. I've got the second sight, a big box set, which I think I showed you a while back in one of my videos. But yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and I never get tired of watching it. And that, and that scene, I love that scene where the girl's walking up to the house, and that you can see the bright blue sky, and she's walking towards the house in her shorts, and that, and the house looks really sinister. Yeah, some great memorable scenes, and that, and of course the most terrifying one was the grandpa with the hammer and that, missing the girl's head. Oh God. Yeah. Oh, what a shocker that was when it came out. Classic film. Yeah, love it. Kevin's saying I can remember the original Jaws novel, way different to the film. Do you know what, Kev? It's been quite some years since I read that. I remember borrowing from my local library, and from what I can remember, you're right. It is significantly different to the screenplay. Yeah, I love Jaws. Yeah, one of my all time favorites. Animals on the Rampage movies, but I don't like the way they've done loads and loads of shark movies. Oh my god, that talk about the Blair Witch spawn and a deluge of found footage. The analogy can be drawn up in regards to the Jaws movie. Oh, and they're still doing them now, aren't they? Doing like Sharknado movies, which I don't really fancy. And Shark Night. Oh my God, they're all the same thing, really. When you boil down to it, like they're all the same thing. Shark going on the rampage and that, yeah. But one of the most ridiculous Jaws titles I can recall was the one where it was a Jaws 3 or Jaws 4, where the shark followed them, where it's just as if a shark had followed to another location. That was bloody ridiculous. That was that the one where it was in like the sea life centre, they had like a big aquarium sea life centre. Was that Jaws 3 or Jaws 4? Any of you guys remember that one? Let me know. Yeah, but yeah, I thought that was corny. That Kevin says the Tiger one is by John Hamilton. I think. All right, I'll have to watch out for that, Kev. Kevin's saying, good idea, I'll a different channel. Yeah, I might just keep that in mind, Kev. Yeah, start my own, have my movie channel and have my own little book channel as well. Of course, it'll help me profile as an author as well, and that. So it's something I'm toying with anyway. I haven't come to a definite decision, if you know what I mean. But it's something I'm toying with. Yeah. So yeah. And we've got Stephen here. You okay, Stephen? Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Alan, Kevin, and Gina. Yeah, nice to see you. To see you, nice. As dear old Bruce used to say, God rest his soul, Mister Saturday Night. Oh, just not the same Saturday night now without Bruce Forsyth, is it? They brought back Gladiators, haven't they? And Blankety Blank and that. It's just not the same, is it? Yeah, Kevin's saying hi to Stephen. Anthony Diggle. You okay, Anthony? Thanks for stopping by. Good evening, Alan. Hope you are well. I'm not too bad, thanks, mate. Hope you are too. Yes, I really enjoy your book reviews, and a separate channel for books is a great idea. Yeah, again, as Kevin suggested before, might be a good idea, and that. So yeah, so you never know. I might just do it. Yeah, I'm still toying with it at the moment, and that. I haven't really come to a decision, but it's something I'd like to do. But of course, I'd have to basically start from scratch. But I know most probably you guys would come over and subscribe. If you're enjoying the movie channel, you'd probably subscribe to the book. Those of you like reading that, it's like books and that. But yeah, something that's I'm toying with anyway. Kevin's saying, yes, you can't beat the original Texas Chainsaw. No, one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Yeah, or a fantastic movie from start to finish. Kevin's saying, I don't know how Jaws didn't get an X certificate back in the day. Oh God, yeah, it was horrific. What it's very horrific in parts, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, it would have these days. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. Terrifying movie, and it carved a notorious reputation for itself, didn't it? But dissuading a lot of people to go to swim in the water after watching that movie, like the Psycho. It put a lot of people off going into showers. Even Janet Leigh said, I seem to recall in an interview she did a couple of years back, ever since I've done Psycho, I was scared to enter the shower. Yeah, just shows you, doesn't have some of these horror scenes going to play on people's minds. That's what I'm thinking about doing, guys. Talking about like memorable, frightening horror scenes. The 10 most memorable, most disturbing scenes in horror movie history. What do you think of that idea? Yeah, I've got to get them. I've got a couple in my mind, and that we've got a couple add more than that. Really horrifying, memorable scenes. What's that etched in your memory, and you can't, the stuff of nightmares. In other words, what you just can't get out of your mind, and that made an impression on you as a horror fan. So watch out for that. That should be coming up soon. Once I've done got all of this together, and that I'll do sort of like a description of each one and that. And all going well, it should be on very, very soon. Danny, how are you all doing? Not too bad, thanks, Dan. Hope you are. Hope you're well. Kevin, Saturday night TV is sad. It definitely is. Nothing remotely good on it. Yeah, I usually got a Saturday. I usually bring a movie in from HMV and watch that. So yeah, there's 2 movies out this week, by the way, Kev. I'm hoping to pick up when I go to HMV on Saturday. That one. Is it Baghead? That new supernatural horror movie. I'm sure it's called Baghead. And then the one with about Priscilla, the new Elvis movie, but it's giving Priscilla's view of what happened in that. So I might pick those 2 up, but probably will pick them up this Saturday when I go over to HMV. Yeah. Um, Kevin's saying, yes, I'll subscribe. Oh, thanks very much, Kev. Cheers, mate. Yeah. Yeah. You never know. It could come to fruition sooner than you think. Yeah. Kevin's saying, I can't believe Jaws was made in 1975. I know, yeah. It only seems like yesterday. I remember listening to it like in the 70s. I used to listen to when I used to come in from school for my dinner. I used to have Radio 1 on, Radio 1 Newsbeat. You remember that with Richard Skinner and Laurie Mayer? I used to listen to that. And I always remember them saying, oh, there's a movie called A Sensation in America. It's terrified people. Like they did with The Exorcist a couple of years before. It's a movie about a killer shark called Jaws. And I remember listening to the radio broadcast and that, and I thought, oh wow, that sounds an awesome movie. And of course, it proved to be an awesome movie when I watched it. Yeah, one of the greatest movies ever made, and that, really loved Jaws. Yeah, I've got the 4K of that. Actually, I haven't watched it yet. Oh, by the way, guys, I hope I've remedied that problem with me. When I said to you a couple of weeks ago about my picture flicking on and off, it goes black. The screen goes black for about 4 to 5 seconds, then it comes on again. And one of you guys advised me to get a better lead and that. So I've done that. I've ordered it. So I've ordered the best one. So that should come any day now. So fingers crossed, we won't have that problem anymore and that. So yeah, useless that like the telly going off all the time and that. And it seems to do it more on some Blu-rays or DVDs than it did on others for some reason. But yeah, so I've got myself a nice new HDMI lead and that. So fingers crossed that'll make a difference. Stephen's saying I'm watching with Gina and she's been commenting, but her comments aren't appearing in the live. Oh right, why is that? Why aren't her comments on appearing in the live chat? That's strange. Any moderators on, guys, can just have a look at that and see what's going on with Gina's comments. Kevin saying, yes, that's a good idea. Our 10 favourite scenes. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, Kev, it should be coming up very, very soon. Once I've done got them all together and that, and got them fixed in my memory and I put them down 1 to 10. I'll do a video of it. Should be fun. Danny Dukes, I am good. I would sub to your book channel. Oh, thanks very much, Dan. Yeah. Yes, I'm getting a couple of potential subs already. I haven't even put it on yet. So yeah, thanks very much. Yeah. Yeah, because I know like I've been watching a lot of YouTubers horror that love horror books and that, and if they just talk exclusively about horror books, they don't talk about movies. They talk about horror horror buys, favourite horror characters in fiction. It's all books, books, books. So yeah, so it's something I'm very much, I'm considering. So yeah, so I say you never know, it might just come to fruition. Kevin, is it Bag Boy? Something like, yeah, I think it's something like that. Bag Boy, something like that. Yeah, yeah. It's something about like yeah. Is it this girl moves into this house or something? There's like a thing. I don't know if it's in the mirror or not. And you've got a chance to talk with their deceased loved ones as a price. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting that one. I'll pick that up on Saturday when I go over to Liverpool. Kevin's saying Jewel is a good one too. Is that Jewel? Is that the one with Is that the one with the car in the desert? Like Christine. Is that the one, Kev? Is that the one you mean? Anthony Diggle. You okay, Anthony? I imagine that's a 50th anniversary 4K release of Jaws is on the horizon. Could be, could be. I'm waiting to get the this Hitcher, what everybody's going on about. I've only seen it once, way back in the late 80s. I absolutely loved that movie. Rutger Hauer's a real son of a bitch in it, isn't he? So I've heard all different people on YouTube saying this coming and that, So yeah, let's say it's they release it very soon. Yeah, most probably be snapped up. So the minute it goes on sale, because everybody, I think nearly every horror fan in the horror community has been waiting for that, hasn't it? Haven't they? The Hitcher starring Rutger Hauer. So yeah, that's definitely on my radar. Kevin says, yes, it was me that recommended a new HD. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, cheers, Kev. Yeah, a new HDMI lead. Oh, you'll notice the difference. I had the same trouble. Oh yeah, cheers, Kev. Yeah, yeah, it should be here any day now. So yeah, so fingers crossed, everything should be all right and that. Yeah. So I'll tell you what a problem I'm having with 4Ks. I've said this before. The 4Ks I've had so far, the picture's been very, very dark. Now, I don't know if it's anything to do with me. I need a big giant telly, which I certainly won't. I won't be getting because I'm quite content with me Hitachi 55 inch. It's a great picture quality. But yeah, I hear a lot of people going on about 4Ks and that. How great they are. But all the ones I've had so far, even that latest one I bought, a Blade in the Dark, the picture was to coin. It's a very appropriate phrase, was very dark. Yeah, so I had to watch the Blu-ray. So, any thoughts on that, guys, about the darkness being, the 4Ks being dark? Any hints to improve it? Let me know. Danny Duke's Baghead, that's the one. That's the one, Baghead. Yeah. Kevin saying yes, Stu, Dennis Weaver. I thought that was the one. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie, Kev. I'll have to check that one out, mate. And we've got Vinny here. Hi, Alan. Hope you are well. I'm not too bad, thanks, Vin. Hope you are too. You've had a good week. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Brian is saying, I've had a look, but can't figure out how Gina's comments are not appearing. Oh, right. It must be some sort of technical fault, yeah. I mean, I certainly haven't blocked her. Just waiting for some more comments, guys. I have to try and sort that out because I don't like doing anything like that. Meet subscribers, they can't comment, not showing. Kevin's saying 4K is differently presented to Blu-ray. Try adding a bit of brightness to your TV settings. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't want to put out of whack though, start fiddling around with the settings too much, but I'll try that, Kev. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, and as you know, I've got the Psycho 4K box set, what I released a couple of months ago, and I tell you, the picture quality. I mean, like the parts where Norman's standing in the outside his hotel and that, you can hardly see his face you know. So yeah, so I've got 4Ks there on my shelves and that. What I haven't watched. I've got all I've got the Child's Play, the ones I like. I've got those to watch. I've got the Birds. I've got Marnie. The Alfred Hitchcock Marnie, the Birds. And I've got a couple of others as well. I've got the Evil Dead 4Ks. I've got to watch in that. And they're all going to be dark. I mean, it's not going to be any good to me. But yeah, I'll try that, Kev. Anyway. Stephen's saying, okay, thanks for looking, Brian. Hopefully it'll sort itself out by next time. Brian's saying, hope it gets fixed soon, Stephen. Okay. Yeah, so as I say, I'll pick that baghead up on Saturday, and the new Priscilla movie. Yeah, so it should be good. Yeah, Kevin, make a note of the settings, Alan, so you can go back. Yeah, I'll do that, Kev. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah. Have you got a favorite 4K? I presume you collect 4Ks, do you? Have you got a favorite one with what you can recommend? It's got a good picture quality. Let me know. Because I know some YouTubers like they do some good reviews of 4Ks and that. They say like they might get one say don't buy this. Early avoid it because the picture quality. For instance, a couple of YouTubers have said about the 4K of Friday the 13th. He said it's very, very dark. Well, guys, I've got the Screen Factory box set of that. So I haven't watched all the movies yet and that, but what I've watched, I've been very pleased with. Yeah, there's nothing worse than putting a movie on it. The picture's dark. I mean, the bloody movies are dark enough as it is. Hollywood's making terrible lot of movies now with this. I call it a dirty dishwater, dark color. It's sort of like hanging over every scene. Yeah, when you think of some of the lovely color, the Technicolor what Hammer used to use and that, lovely picture quality, Christopher Lee's Dracula movies, Peter Cushing's, Frankenstein movies and that, Tell you what, I have been looking at, guys, the trailer for the New Omen, for the New Omen prequel, and to be honest with you, I'm not really impressed. No, I'm not really crazy to see it. I'm not a great fan of prequels, guys. I think I've said this before. I'm not. It's got to be. They've got to be really, really good. Because what they're doing really, you're getting used to the linear storyline like Halloween, Friday the 13th. And what do? They go back and try and add more sort of like meat to the character's backstory and that. Fatten it out and that. I'm not really a fan of that. Really, I like my horror movies to go in a linear fashion, and I'm not a great fan of flashbacks either. I absolutely bloody hate flashbacks. I hate them in books as well. Yeah, I can't stand bloody flashbacks. I hate them. I will tell you what I ride today, guys. I'm looking forward to watching a horror movie on 4K. The Wailing. I think it's a Korean. I think it's a Korean horror movie. Any of you guys seen that one, The Wailing? So I'm looking forward to watching that one. Yeah. I've still got Patrick and that. I've got quite a few there. They're piling up there on my shelf. I haven't watched yet and that. So I must admit, I can be a little bit of a hoarder. Hoarding movies and books and that to the extent that every so often I start having a little bit of a call and saying to myself, now what one's going to get rid of now? Which sometimes can be a very, very difficult decision. Well, guys, you sort of like your shelves are brimming over with titles, you start thinking, now which one's going to get rid of? Which ones am I not going to watch again? You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, it comes with it just comes with the what's the name, doesn't it? Of being a collector. It's you got to take the rough with the smooth, I suppose. Kevin's saying the old films are great color wise. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Brian's saying I've seen The Wailing. It has a good spooky atmosphere. Oh, that's good to know. But I'll most probably do a review of it when I've watched it. I picked up tell you what I picked up, guys, last week. I picked up a Light Force, the Toby Hooper movie. I got the Arrow Blu-ray of that when I was in HMV last week. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Yeah. Light Force. Have you guys seen that one? Light Force. As I say about the Cat o' Nine Tails, I was just don't know what it is about the movie. I don't think just maybe it's more of a kind of an espionage movie, and that I think that's what sort of like put me off on a little bit now. But fantastic performances from James Franciscus and Carl Malden, and the rest of the cast and that. But the storyline, I thought the storyline could have been better than that. But I love me Arrow, box, me special edition box set because it's crammed with loads of special features and that all about the movie, and it's got a nice little booklet as well, which you always love when I buy a Blu-ray or even a DVD, a nice booklet and that. Yeah, so I say I hope to do a ranking video of my favorite Dario Argento movies and that. So watch out for that one. Yeah. So there you go. So have any of you guys been watching any horror movies? What you think I might like? Yeah, put them forward and that. I'd be very interested to hear what you've been watching and that. Yeah, but that compliance was very good, really good. I enjoyed every minute of that. Good psychological thriller and made all the more disturbing when you think that actually happened. And I believe there was so many cases as well in America. What happened around about that time, when this girl was getting tormented by the cop on the phone and that, it was quite common, I believe. Yeah, quite rife in America at that particular time. But I love it when every so often when you're browsing the internet and you come across these little gems and that, and you think to yourself, "Oh, I'll try that out." And of course, it's great when you like them and that, keep them in your collection. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that compliance. Highly recommend it. Vinny's saying, I saw the Witchfinder General DVD in HMV. I was thinking about buying it. It's a great movie, Ben. I'd highly recommend it. I've watched it many, many times, and Vincent Price is really on the money playing Matthew Hopkins, the notorious witchfinder. He actually existed. He was an actual character. Yeah. I believe he died of tuberculosis in real life, but of course the film's different. Like, it's sort of like loosely based on Matthew Hopkins. But yeah, I think it's one of Vincent Price's most villainous, most memorable roles, and that. But he's great in it. He really is. He's got no compunction at all about putting people to death if he suspects they're witches and that. Yeah, and as I say, the other one that released 88 films, the Blood on Satan's Claw. That's another great movie starring Linda Hayden. Yeah, she was very good in Taste of Blood of Dracula. Linda Hayden. Yeah, and the other one, The House on Straw Hill. That's a good one. She was in. Yeah, she's been in quite a few good movies, but they're some of my favourites of hers. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that one, The House on Straw Hill, highly recommend that one. Um, right. Brian's saying, are you guessing the new Night of the Blood Monster with Christopher Lee on 4K? Oh, you mean the Bloody Judge? No, I won't be Brian because I've already got it. I've got it, the Bloody Judge. Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it was a different movie. But then when he said like it's another name for the Bloody Judge, I thought no, it's no point in getting it again. But I love the slipcover on that. It's a great one. That Christopher Lee, he's a swine in it. Very, very, in some ways, very, very similar to the Witchfinder General. Oh, he's an absolute swine and that, yeah. But of course, Christopher Lee, aside from Dracula, he could play some real good villainous roles, couldn't he? In that, yeah. I loved him in I loved him as Scaramanga in The Man with the Golden Gun. Loved that one. Yeah, well, yeah. Still miss him today. Yeah, absolute legend of cinema. And Peter Cushing as well. Definitely. Kevin's saying, I have the Bloody Judge on Blu-ray from 88 Films. Yeah, me too. Great movie. Yeah, I love the Bloody Judge. Stephen's saying, I'm thinking of buying the new Witchfinder General and Blood on Satan's Claw box sets. Oh, right. Do you mean the 4K, or do you mean like the ordinary Blu-rays? What we've got? Kevin's saying Mark of the Devil is an unofficial sequel apparently to Witchfinder General. Yeah. Oh, that's brutal. That one. Mark of the Devil here, but Lom. Oh, he's an absolute swine and that. Or the notorious tongue scene. Well, you guys will know what I mean. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a brutal watch that. Just waiting for some more comments, guys. Kevin's saying I have the DVD, right? Stephen's saying yes, it's got the 4K and Blu-ray. Right, okay. Kevin's saying Arrow have a nice Blu-ray of this. Yeah, definitely. I love Arrow. They're among my top five boutique labels. Arrow. I've got nearly. I think I've got more Arrow titles than I've got any other title. Yeah, they do a great, fantastic job with some of their releases, and they're getting better and better. And as I say, box sets like American Werewolf in London, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Tenebrae, all fantastic box sets. Long may they reign as well. Long may they carry the flag of physical media. I saw a bit of good news the other day, guys. I'm not building my hopes up too much. I don't want to build your hopes up too much. But apparently, there's going to be a big turn back to DVD and Blu-ray, physical media, because a lot of people are unsubscribing. They're unsubscribing from the streaming channels and that, because a lot of the firms are putting the prices up, and they put a lot of woke garbage on. These sorts of like identity politics, promoting gender identity. I'm absolutely sick of hearing that bloody title, identity politics, and that bloody diversity. Oh, it drives you up the wall. Those things are really very rarely mentioned at one time. But yeah, they just get sick of it, guys, don't you? It's these Hollywood producers trying to ram this message down your throat. It should be stopped. And a pat on the back. I give a huge a collective pat on the back to all those stars who've spoken out against it, like Sylvester Stallone, a lot of other stars, William Shatner, protesting about tampering with much loved characters and that. They're just ruining the movie industry. They really are, these wokes. Stephen says, plus a booklet unlocks the extras. I always love that. As I said before, when you get a nice booklet and that, and loads of extras. Yeah, I tell you, guys, a new release from Vinegar Syndrome, but I've got it already on Blu-ray, so I don't think I'll be getting it. But it's, by golly, I tell you, it's tempting. The new Vinegar Syndrome release of Dr. Terror's House of Horrors has got a lovely slipcover. I think it's 4K actually. Yeah, it's 4K. I haven't got the 4K. But yeah, it's a lovely addition, and that. I don't know if all the extras. I don't know if there's any. I think there's one or two new extras on it. I think, but apart from that, the same extras have been ported over from previous releases and that. But it's a lovely addition, And every time I see it, I'm tempted to send for it, you know. But it may come down in price and that. I love Doctor Terror's House of Horrors. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's one of my all-time favorites horror anthologies, and oh yeah, that one with Christopher Lee with the hand and that, oh, that's creepy. That it really is, yeah. But oh yeah, it's one of the. I think that's one of the greatest horror anthology movies ever made. Doctor Terrace House of Horrors. Oh really? Yeah, I love it. It's great. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what I watched last night, guys. Leaving aside horror for a minute. Slade's movie, what they made in 1974, Slade and Flame. Very, very good. Yeah. Ages since I last watched it, and Alan Lake, he was fantastic in it. Like, playing this dodgy stage performer and that, and of course Noddy and the lads and that, but it's very, very hard watch. It's very, very gritty movie. Yeah, because like I believe like at the time when it was released, a lot of Slade fans went off Slade because they were expecting like a bubblegum happy-go-lucky Slade, as in accordance with the image they cultivated on top of the pops. And so they were quite shocked actually when they saw Slade in this very, very dark movie about the ups and downs of the rock industry and that, and all the dodgy, ruthless managers and that, it had a real good story to it and that. Yeah, but I've got it. I hope they release it on Blu-ray. Yeah, it's a good movie, Slade and Flame. You've got to be a Slade fan, like, to enjoy it and that. But I enjoyed it. Like, I got got a nice booklet with it and that. Lovely edition and that. I read the novel a couple of years ago, Slade and Flame and that. Yeah, I love that song in it, Far Far Away, with my head up in the clouds and that. Yeah, and Monkeys Can't Swing. Yeah, where Noddy's got the Noddy's got the pair of panties on his guitar and that. Is it Noddy or is it Dave? I can't remember. It's one of them anyway. Yeah, unless he toss it from one to the other. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Slade and Flame. Yeah, if you like movies like That'll Be the Day, with David Essex, movies about the rock industry, I think you'll enjoy Slade and Flame. Yeah. Stephen's saying, I hate all the woke rubbish too. Yeah, it's getting beyond the joke, isn't it, Stephen? All this woke, and I can't believe it, because like, I see these, when I'm browsing through YouTube, I see these big black, these thumbnails with black background and big vivid red letters like woke again, and like fire behind. Have you guys seen them? And it says like like go woke, go broke, and things like that. They're doing this, they're doing that. Hollywood. I can't understand why they hasn't occurred to them. Well, it's not doing us any good. We're not making any money. We want to go back to start making movies what families enjoy, rather than trying to promote this message all the time about gender and identity politics. Why don't we start doing what we used to do best? For example, Disney, and go back and start making movies what everybody can enjoy, without having a bloody stupid political message rammed down your throat with every bloody movie. I wouldn't go and see those movies if you paid me, guys. The Little Mermaid and that, things like that. Not my cup of tea and all. And again, dirty dishwater colour in a lot of these movies now. Horrible colour, and yeah, it's terrible the way it's gone, Hollywood. It's a real shame, like, because they used to make some great movies, Disney. A real good family movies. A great shame. It's been sort of like infected by this all this bloody political correct nonsense. Oh, I hate it. I really do. Most sensible people do. Brian's saying, Cry of the Banshee with Vincent Price is good. Yeah, it's ages since I saw that one, but I do remember enjoying it. And fingers crossed, 8A Films might get hold of that and give it the Blu-ray release it richly deserves. We've got Am I Dead? Yes. Hey, Alan and everyone. What time did you come on? I will come on. I think it was around about 8:10, something like that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologise for everybody and that, but I got tied up with a couple of things and that. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, nice to see you again. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I said before, I hope to be on a bit longer tonight. Hope to be on around about 11 o'clock. It just depends how it goes and that. Because I usually finish at 10 o'clock. But I might be tempted to be on an extra hour, guys. So there you go. Stephen's saying, I love Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. Yeah, it's a great movie, Stephen. I've got an original poster for it in my collection. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, Peter Cushing, really on the money, isn't he? Is Dr. Terror in the Framing story. And yeah, I just love all the characters in it. As I said before, Christopher Lee, Roy Castle, the Voodoo story, and that Alan Freeman. Yeah. Oh, great. Great. It's a great little movie. I love it. Donald Sutherland, the vampire one. Can't fault it at all. Fantastic. Another good anthology movie, guys. I can highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. One called Torture Garden, and if you've seen that one, stars Burgess Meredith. It's basically set in the fairground, and he plays the devil, well, Doctor Diablo, alias the devil, and he's got like this. Or I can remember, he's got this like statue with this like Salome. Is it Salome? She's got like this pair of shears and that, and like there's like string dangling down, and every time somebody goes, he says staring into the shears, the story unfolds, and that we see the story, and then as the story ends, the shears snap and cut the string. That's a great one. That, yeah, Torture Garden. That's a great one. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend you check that one out. Am I dead? Yes. Just missed you. I left you alive about 8:10. Thought you were coming on later. Never mind. Here now, yeah. Here now, yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, and that, but these things happen, don't they? Tell you what I'm looking forward to, guys. They've made the third Jack in the Box movie. I love the Jack in the Box. I watched the first two. British horror movie. It's about this it's basically about this antiquated Jack in the Box. What they find in the ground, and that. And it's got, instead of having a Jack in the Box, it's got a demon in it. It's great, yeah. It's a British indie horror movie called Jack in the Box. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. I've got the Blu-ray of the first two now. So they've made a new one. It's out next week, but I pre-ordered it from HMV on eBay. So I'm looking forward to watching that, and I'll do a review of all three Jack in the Box movies once I've watched the third one. Yeah, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. If you're gonna like these horror movies, like with like sort of like creepy, like creepy artifacts, a haunted antique objects and that. I think you'll get a lot of pleasure out of the Jack in the Box movie. So yeah, looking forward to watching that one. So yeah, let's wait for some more comments, guys. Am I Dead? Yes. Have you seen Kill List? No. British horror kind. I haven't seen that one. No, I'll have to check that one out. Kill List? No, no, haven't seen it. And have you seen that new series Wednesday? What's been released? It's about the little girl, isn't it, from the Adams Family? Yeah, I've seen trailers of it. I don't think it'd be my cup of tea, really. Bit far too many special effects in it and that for my liking and that, So I'll give that a miss. But I'd just be interested if any of you seen it, like you've either bought the Blu-ray or you've watched it on if it's available on Amazon to rent. What did you think of it? Um, Sorry, guys. And we've got Geek Legion of Doom here, Leo. You're okay, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. What is your favourite Killer Scarecrow movie? They've been little bit of a hit and miss for me, those, Leo. Um, I watched one on Amazon, oh God, a couple of months ago. I can't remember the title of it, but is it something to do with you go back to this? They got like an inheritance, and you go back to this farmstead, and the scarecrow comes to life. That was pretty good, but I can't remember the title of it and that. But I've watched quite a few poor ones and that. There's been some pretty dire ones and that, yeah. Yeah, that was quite a good one, but I can't remember I can't remember the title of it. There's another one as well called what was that? Was it Amityville Scarecrow? I think that was another one I watched. I wasn't too keen on that one, but yeah. So yeah, I don't mind a good Killer Scarecrow movie. But as I say, they can be be pretty much of a hit and miss. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by anyway, Leo. Am I Dead? Yes. Kill List with Neil Maskell. It's like a hitman film, but turns out to be similar to famous horror. But I won't say what one. All right, so I'll watch out for that one. Yeah, it sounds good. Brian's saying, have you seen the TV movie from the 70s called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, I've got it in my collection. It's a great one, that Kim Darby and all the little demonic creatures and the like a kind of like cellar, like a little cellar, aren't they? Don't they come out of a grate? Don't they sort of like doesn't the girl or guess one of the workmen to it bust open the grate and they all come out of the grate? I like that one. I've got the remake as well, but I don't think that's as good, to be honest with you. I've heard I've heard it's really good. The original is very good. Yeah, the remake is good too. My sister loves the Wednesday series. Oh, right, yeah, yeah. I've seen trailers of it, like, but I don't. I think I'll be passing on it because I don't think it'd be my cup of tea. I think it's more for like aimed at the teenage girl market, to be honest with you. But I saw the Blu-ray last week in HMV. But yeah, as I say, I don't think it'd be my cup of tea. Um, Leaf said, if you could pick any film to have a sequel, what would it be? Now you've got, let's see now. If I could pick any film to have a sequel, what would it be? I'm trying to think of standalone horror movies now. Um, Drag Me to Hell, I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel of that, but it'd have to come up to it'd have to come up to the brilliance of the first movie, because I love Drag Me to Hell. I'm just trying to think of any others. There's one I've spoken about many, many times. It's quite an obscure movie. It's made in 1965. It's a black and white ghost movie. It's called The Sweet Sound of Death. I thought it was brilliant. It really did. Yeah, it was a really good story. And that, it's about this young couple. They stop by this graveyard. I think is it Spain or France? Anyway, they stop by this graveyard and start wandering around the graveyard. And the girl makes a pact and that with her boyfriend. And she says, like, standing by a grave, the first one of us to die will do their best to come back. and talk about the afterlife, but it goes down a very, very dark path, guys. Oh, it's a great movie, really is. Yeah, I realise it might be everybody's cup of tea. If you don't like the old black and white 60s ghost stories, you might want to, if you like blood and gore, it might be for you, but I love it. I really love it, and I'd love to see a sequel of that, or even a remake in colour. So, but yeah, it's called A Sweet Sound of Death. I first watched it on Amazon Prime, and I was so impressed. That very rarely happens with me. If I rent a movie on Amazon Prime, very, very rarely am I impressed to the extent that I want to get it right away for my collection. But that certainly ticked all the boxes, guys. The Sweet Sound of Death. It's a great little supernatural movie. It's, yeah, great performances by the two, the boy and the girl, and that, the girl's absolutely beautiful, long blonde hair, and that, oh yeah, she's a real doll. She really is. She's very, oh yeah, one of the most prettiest girls I've ever seen in a horror movie, and a great actor as well, and great story all around, guys. Yeah, so watch out for that one. So I'd like to see sequels of that, but as I say, it would remain to be seen. Would it be as good as the first one? But while we're on the subject of sequels, I've got my all-time favorite ones. Have got to be Psycho 2, which was absolutely brilliant. Oh, I really enjoyed that. I never get fed up going back to that and watching it. Psycho 2. Some people actually prefer it to the first one, don't they? Bride of Frankenstein, which I think is my number one all-time favorite sequel. Psycho 2, very, very close behind. What about it? Other sequels? I like Wolf Creek 2, which is even more brutal than the first one. I like Friday the 13th Part 2. Oh, there's quite a few, guys. Dracula, Prince of Darkness, which, of course, that didn't come directly after Dracula 1958, because the sequel Hammer did was The Brides of Dracula, but Christopher Lee wasn't in that. So that was the first sequel. Well, that was Christopher Lee. It was David Peeler played him in that. But when you're talking about Christopher Lee, I would class Dracula, Prince of Darkness as the best sequel to the first Dracula. And Frankenstein, The Curse of Frankenstein would have to be The Revenge of Frankenstein, another great sequel, But oh yeah, but yeah. So as I say, the Sweet Sound of Death, and the other one I mentioned before, the what was it I mentioned before? Drag Me to Hell. Yeah, I suppose I'll think of many more, like Brian's saying, the evil with Richard Crenna is good. About a group of friends fixing up an old house. I've got that one. It's brilliant, but I've got the Blu-ray of that. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a fantastic movie. Yeah, Richard Crenna. Yeah, he's great in it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. As a ghost in the basement. Yeah, it's a great one. That isn't that a girl. It was friends with Sharon Tate in it. Joanna Petet. Doesn't she play Richard Crenna's wife? Yeah, it's a great one. That love that one. Leo's saying, apart from any Frankenstein films, have you ever felt sad when the monster dies? Well, I tell you what, Leo, I always felt sad when the Wolfman dies. Lon Chaney Jr. He's such a sympathetic character, especially in the first Wolfman movie. Where he got his head battered in by his dad. Sir John Talbot, played by Claude Rains and that. Yeah, but yeah, the Wolfman, he does elicits a lot of sympathy. Well, as of course, like aside from Frankenstein and that, I'm just trying to think of any other monster that's made me sad. Because most of the monsters you're glad to sort of like, especially the human ones, get their comeuppance and that. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. The Wolfman. Um, that's a bit of a tough one. That I'd have to give that some more thought. Yeah, but yeah, definitely the Wolfman. And of course, if you want to stay on the werewolf theme, Leo, Curse of the Werewolf with Oliver Reed. I loved that one as well. Yeah, where his dad shot him and that. I think that's one of the best werewolf movies ever made. That it made in the early '60s. Yeah, that was pretty sad. But yeah, so so I had to give that a bit more thought, and I'm sure there's some more that I can think of. Am I dead? Yes. What do you think of what do you think of the Omen 2, one with the army school? I loved it. Loved it. My brother thinks it's better than the original, but I wouldn't go that far. No, I wouldn't go that far. The first one's the best with Lee Remick and Gregory Peck. But I do enjoy the William Holden one, Omen 2, especially the horrific part where that was a reporter gets her face pecked away by the birds and that, and eyes pecked out. Absolutely horrific.
and then the daggers and that, William Holden and that, yeah, and a twist. I love Omen 2, and the part where the fella falls under the ice and that, and they're trying to get him out, and he's floating under the ice and that, floating along, yeah. But yeah, I love the first Omen, that's my favourite one. Omen 2, I like Omen 3, Sam Neill, when he grows up. Wasn't too keen on the remake, it was basically word for word, with a couple of diversions. It was basically the same movie. But oh yeah, I definitely prefer the first one. Absolute classic and that. And I thought that Mrs. Baylock, I thought she was even more bloody scary than Damon and that. It was a real nasty piece of work. She was. Damien was creepy, don't get me wrong, he was quite creepy. I thought Mrs. Baylock was even more creepy in that, played brilliantly by Billy Whitelaw. But the part where she, finished Paul Lee Remick off, it was talking about a sad scene. I said, just answered Leo's question before. But although Lee Remick wasn't a monster, that was a very, very sad scene when an ordinary character in a horror movie gets killed and that. I suppose I could do a video along those lines, like the saddest scenes in horror movies, including both the slaying of the monster, what you didn't want to be killed, and also the slaying of a character what you grew to like and that you didn't want anything to happen to them. But yeah, the Lee Remick made. It was really, really touching, very, very nasty, and that very sad. Yeah, but oh yeah, I love the first Omen. It's an absolute classic. Am I Dead? Yes. American Werewolf in London when David. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was sad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. American Werewolf in London. Yeah, that's among my all-time top 5 favorite werewolf movies. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, I think they got the balance right with that. They got the comedy element right, and they got the serious element right, and like they do with the Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, which I thought like American Werewolf was the perfect comedy horror movie, because the monsters. What I liked about Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, the monsters played it for real. Lon Chaney Jr. Playing his usual tragic self as the Wolfman, Bela Lugosi back as Dracula, and Glenn Strange playing the Frankenstein monster. I just wish Boris Karloff would have made it, reprise his role as the monster, because that would have made a great trio comeback, for the best actors that played those monsters in that particular series of Universal movies. But yeah, they got it so right. Abbott Costello Frankenstein, and also American Werewolf in London got it so right. Yeah, both classics of the genre, and movies I will never ever get tired of watching. Am I Dead Yet says, I watched the movie Compliance based on your recommendation. What's the movie? Oh, I'm glad you liked it. The bit where she bent over his knee and he spanked her. I don't know about this. Are we getting bad language here? We don't want any bad language on this channel. How did that comment come up? I put that on your video the other day about compliance. I don't know. I don't want any smut on this channel. I feel very strongly about this. You'll be zapped, because you don't usually talk like that anyway. What have you been on today? You don't mind me asking. Moderators, have you got your zap buttons ready? Not interested in anything like that. This is purely a family channel to talk about movies, and I don't want any bloody foul mouth idiots on this channel. I've said it before. I'm not going to go on about it. Go somewhere else if you want that sort of thing. Don't come on my channel. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're the scum of the earth. So clear off. If you can't talk about movies seriously, I think you haven't really got all that serious interest in movies. If you've got to go off the path, go down the sort of like dodgy path of coming out with you know, um, vile comments, you're not really interested in movies. You haven't really got a great love of them. You haven't really got a strong desire to talk serious about them, because your mind's on other things. So you can't really be a big movie fan if you've got to resort to bad language and a violence. So yeah, I don't want to know. Yeah, keep off my channel, please. Stench is terrible. So if we've got any moderators here, watch out for these clowns, guys. I'm not having them on here tonight. I've seen them on other people's channels as well, and I get angry seeing them on invade other people's channels as well, causing a bloody nuisance and that. Why don't you go and get a life? They're probably sitting at home playing, got their teddy bear, like, on their knee and that, wondering what to do and that. I think I'll go on somebody's channel, make a fool of myself, which is exactly what you're bloody doing. So grow up, clear off, and get a life. Something seriously wrong with people that act like that. Not proper movie fans, as I said, in my opinion. Sorry about that, guys. You get these clowns from time to time. Somebody impersonating this "Am I Dead Yet?" Because I haven't had this. So any of you guys know this "Am I Dead Yet?" Because you've been on my channel a few times. I'm just wondering if it's an imposter. So if any of you guys are either conversant with your troublemakers and your trolls, let me know. Brian's saying, "Don't worry, Alan, put him in time." Yeah, I was just saying, Brian, I'm quite mystified about it, about that poster, because like usually don't get any vile comments from them, So just wondering, like, is it duplicates? Is it possible to duplicate a YouTube username and start posting horrible comments on? Thanks, Brian, mate. Yeah, cheers, mate. Carl London Newman. Guys, if we go a little bit slow now, I'm just watching out for any bloody idiots like causing what's the name, what's the name on this channel, causing a bloody stink. So if I'm going, I apologise if I take my time now reading these comments out. I'm not getting any airspace off me. They want to go and crawl back into the stinking sewers where they crawled out from. Carl London Newman. RoboCop is the best movie. I'm not a fan of that. No, not a fan. What's your favourite movie, mate? Oh, I've got many favourite movies. So too numerous to mention here. If it was push, let's say the usual: Frankenstein, Karloff, Wolfman, Chaney Jr., Dracula Lee, the best Dracula ever. Nobody's ever come up to Christopher Lee. I don't care what anybody says. Christopher Lee is the number one Dracula for me. You can keep all your glitzy poster boys and that, Twilight and that, and these ones like don't even look like Dracula. Christopher Lee is the best Dracula. But yeah, love Psycho, Jaws, The Legend of Hell House. Oh, The Omen. Too numerous to mention. I haven't really got an all-time favorite movies. There's so many good ones. Vinny's saying the 1976 Omen is the best in my opinion, and still good even today. I wouldn't argue with that, mate. Stephen's saying, "I've never seen anything like that from that account before." Yeah, I just wondered if it's the same "Am I Dead Yet?" Because he's been coming on my channel for months and he hasn't said it's the first time I've had like a vile comments from him. Yeah, well, if it's an imposter, you're not welcome on here, and you will be zapped. You won't have a chance to post anymore. So clear off, stink. Brian Gilson. I think they must have been hacked and someone is posting under their account. Most probably. I put them in a timeout just in case. I think, yeah, thanks, Brian. I think YouTube should be a bit more. What's the name about these bloody trolls? I think they should have some really sophisticated equipment where if anybody puts a complaint in about them, you go right to them and just ban them completely off YouTube. Let them go to some bloody night, like go out, get out the house and that. Go to some late night comedy show. Whenever every other word is a vile word, let that them do them, and let that do them instead of coming on sensible people's channels and making bloody fools of themselves, which after all is what they're doing. Nobody's interested in what they've got to say. I'm certainly not interested in what. I am only interested in serious discussions about movies, having a bit of a laugh on that, and trying to keep it like a family sort of like stream. I'm not interested in loonies like that because they just don't do anything for me. And as far as I'm concerned, you're not a true film fan. So there, take that in your pipe and smokers. Keep off my channel. Carl London Human, Gary Oldman was quite good. I didn't really like him. No, Not a fan. Like Christopher Lee's my number one Dracula. That's one of the ones I hate. That one, the Gary Oldman one. Danny Dukes, yeah, Christopher Lee was great. He was great. The best Dracula, the only Dracula that terrified me when I was a kid, and I just love going back to his films and watching them. It's like going to it. I've seen like quite a few YouTubers when they've been doing a live stream saying, what's your comfort movie? But you've had questions like people saying, what's your comfort movie? What you like going back to? My comfort movies are the Dracula movies, the Cushing Frankenstein movies, the Amicus anthology movies, Vincent Price's movies from the 70s and 60s, some of the Roger Corman ones he did. They are my comfort movies. The Wolfman, Frankenstein, Bela Lugosi, Dracula. All those are my comfort movies. Yeah, definitely. But Christopher Lee, nobody can come even close to him. I think the closest one that came to him was Louis Jordan. He played Dracula in the 1977 TV movie adaptation of Dracula. I didn't like that bloody one that was on a few Christmases ago. It was in 3 parts. I didn't like that one at all. Was it the Mark Gatiss one, I think? That was terrible, especially the third installment. Oh, my days. It was awful. Awful it was. Worse again than the bloody Gary Oldman one. Tony York, evening, Alan, everyone. I watched an enjoyable French film last night, Don't Deliver Us from Evil. 2 girls at a Catholic school begin playing tricks on local people, which quickly escalates. I haven't seen that one, so. Lee Fisser, you okay, Lee? What movie would you love to see Arrow Video to release? Oh, God, let me think now. Well, it's a Sweet Sound of Death. I'd love to see them do a release of that one. I was trying to think. Oh, I'll have to come back on that. I'll have to think about that one. Tony York, it reminded me of And Soon the Darkness. That's a great one, that. I love that one. With them cycling in the French countryside, quite a shocking ending. Yeah, I love that one, Soon the Darkness. Brian Clements wrote that. Who wrote the thriller episodes, yeah. Sorry about the idiots before, guys. Just trying to keep them at bay, and my moderators as well. Yeah, so they're just, in my opinion, they've got not, most probably cooped up in their bedroom with a teddy bear by the side and that, they've got no social life, they've got no girl, they've got no mates, and they get their stupid kicks out of trying to sabotage a YouTuber stream. They're not going to do it on my channel. You'll be out. Don't want to know ones like you. You get enough of that in the bloody streets on the back of the bus. Bloody stupid talk like that. Brian's saying, I watched the video today about a ghost film from 1953 called Tormented. It's been released by Film Masters about a man who didn't. Oh, yeah. We're talking about that, Brian, at the beginning of the stream, Tormented, who didn't save his wife and starts to get haunted by a ghost. Yeah. Having a discussion about that before. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to get that when it comes out on Blu-ray. I love Tormented. It's a great little ghost story, Bri. Richard's saying, Richard Brown, are you okay, Richard? Got the Hellraiser box set from Arrow. Are you a fan, Alan? Well, I must admit, Richard, the only Hellraiser movie I liked was the first one. I thought that was brilliant. But after that, they gradually went downhill for me. The more I watched, the more sequels they made. He went down and down and down. So I only really liked the first one, Richard. But having said that, I do know, the franchise has got a lot of fans and that. But I only like the first one. Kevin's saying, it's out already. It's out already, Brian. Right? Yeah, just waiting for some more comments, guys. Yeah, let's see how it goes anyway, guys. See how it pans out. If it proves to be a good entertaining stream, I might stay on till 11 to see how it goes. But we don't want any more lunatics on here, as I keep saying. You're not welcome, so don't even think about coming on my channel. You just be zapped. Some sad people in this world, isn't there? Brian Gilson to Kevin William Wardle. I think it's been released in America. Yeah. I was saying before about that that Dr. Terra's House of Horrors, a lovely addition. I'm very, very tempted to pick it up. I really am. But as I say, I've already got it on Blu-ray and I've got the booklet with it. Whereas this edition hasn't got. I think it's got one or two extra special features, but I don't think it's got the booklet with it. But it's a lovely edition. And Vinegar Syndrome really on the money with some of those titles. Richard's asking me, have you got your eye on any new DVDs, Alan? Well, no new DVDs as such. Well, I had that one when I first heard it announced the third Jack in the Box movie. I had my eye on that right away, so I ordered it right away. So I'm looking forward to watching that. But in regards to any others, no, nothing at the moment. So just basically just watch what's out every week and that, you know. And if it's like maybe a second or third installment of a movie what I've enjoyed, I usually order it and that. But at the moment, I can't think of anything in particular that I'm waiting for the DVD release of. Chestnut Step 7, hi Alan, and all you okay? Thanks for stopping by. Brian saying hi. Lee's asking me, how many horror films do you have in your collection? Oh God, soon. I haven't counted, Lee, too many to mention. I have about 2,600. Would love to see yours. You keep saying you're going to. I know, yeah, I've got to sort it all out. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Just got to sort my shelves. You know, me, got quite a few things on the shelves at the moment. I've got to sort of like find a home for. And once I've sorted all my shelves, I don't want to be showing you a movie where the shelves are sort of like one's in one place, one's in another, box sets in one place, and the other one's further down. I want to get them all in some sort of like presentable sequence, if you know. Most of them are like, I keep adding to them and then taking some out and that. But it's not too long now before I'll be ready to do it. So just be be patient a little bit longer. It is coming your way. You know, don't worry about it. I'm going to do it. Chestnut 7 saying, hi, Brian. Vinny, do you remember watching Hammer movies on a Saturday? I certainly do. Yeah. Yeah. And Monday nights and Friday nights. Yeah. Yeah. In the 1970s and 80s. Yeah. Watching those movies, Ben, was a big staple of my growing up, you know, in those decades. Yeah, I used to love the double bill on a Saturday night. You get a coloured one and you get like a black and white one, wouldn't you? Watch them avidly. Yeah. Might be Christopher Lee Dracula and it might be Cheney Jr., Wolfman. Loved them, yeah. And going back even further to when I was even smaller, my first introduction to horror was through the Universal late night movies on a Monday night under the Appointment with Fear banner. The Appointment with Fear banner. Anybody remember Appointment with Fear? It had this creepy fella sitting in a chair with a candle and that, you know, an old fashioned. I need to say, now this week we find out what Wolfman's up to and that, you know, and next week might be Dracula. And then you get like you get like, I think later on in the series, they developed the weird graveyard scene where it goes through like this, like, cartoon graveyard, and you get like an echoey voice saying "Appointment with Fear." Oh God, those were the days, guys. They were the first the early days of my being a horror fan. Loved them. We've got all the stinking idiots in the room, moderators. Get your zap guns ready. You go back to whatever sewer you crawled out of, you idiots. Some sad people, isn't there? Bloody nutcases. You probably don't know the first thing about bloody horror movies. They're too bloody thick. All you can do is spout bloody stupid talk. Clear off. Stink. Kevin, Fear on Friday, yeah. David GPS. Alan, I watched Talk to Me horror movie last night. It was. I hate that bloody Talk to Me. It's one of the worst bloody horror movies I've ever seen in my whole life. A load of bloody garbage it was. I done a video on that. It must be one of the worst bloody horror movies I've seen in my life. Too many bloody stupid teenagers coming out with crap, like the kind of crap I've just referred to before. But it was bloody rubbish. Say no more. I hated the bloody thing. Richard Brown, have you seen the Ebola syndrome? No, I've seen it like on the shelves and that. Yeah, an extreme Asian horror film and 88 films, and I haven't seen that one. Tony York, I just got the Blu-ray of Venom. Now, is that the one with Oliver Reed in today? Great little horror. Oh yeah, Oliver Reed. I thought so. Susan George and Klaus Kinski. They hold up in a house with a poisonous snake after a failed kid. I think I've seen that one. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on that, but I know some people do like it. Like I didn't. Chestnut 77. Alan, when are we going to see your horror movie books? Very, very soon. I'm just doing the I've got a couple of videos in the pipeline, and I've got to sort of like get together and that, but yeah, I will. I'll show you my horror movie books in some point in the future. Brian Gilson, does anybody remember Dr. Terror on the BBC in 1993? I loved watching him introduce the Hammer films when I was a kid. Dr. Terror, don't remember that Dr. Terror, but I do remember watching those double bills on Saturday night. Lee's saying, just got the old TV series Chiller. Quite enjoyed it. It's a good little series, that. Yeah. I love me horror TV anthologies. And my favourites are definitely Tales from the Crypt, The Hammer House of Horror from 1980, Brian Clements' Thriller, which I would love. I'd love to see that get a decent Blu-ray release with piles and piles of extra features. Thriller, such a big staple of my growing up in the 1970s. Love Thriller. You can't beat a good horror movie TV series, guys. David's saying, Alan, the new Mad Max trailer looks awful. Not a fan of Mad Max. No, Max, it's a woman and him from Thor. Terrible woke rubbish. Oh, well, that'll be all. I will definitely not be watching that pile of rubbish. Richard Brown, Toby Hooper was going to direct them originally. Oh, right. Yeah, just waiting for some more comments, guys. So, if any particular releases, what you guys are going to pick up? Have you got anything on pre-order? Yeah, discuss here. Always interested to hear what other YouTubers are going to buy and that, bought and that. Any good little horror gems you've discovered that you'd like to talk about? Yeah, please feel free. That's one of the talking about discovering little gems. That's one of the main joys of being a Blu-ray and DVD collector, coming across these little gems every now and then, what you've never seen, and that, and watching them and liking them, and then spreading the word about them to your YouTubers. Like, it's get a great buzz out of that. Recommending rare horror movies. David's saying, Alan, have you seen the new Omen movie? Is it good? No. To be honest, I don't think it'd be my cup of tea, because it doesn't seem to be all that scary. Story doesn't seem to be much cop. And yeah, it's a lot of these movies as well with nuns in, set nunneries and that, have been very, very disappointed in. So I don't think I'll be watching that. No. Richard Brown, what's your top 3 segments? What are your top 3 segments in anthology horror films? Very good question. I've got many, but the ones that stand out, Richard, are the Peter Cushing segments in Tales from the Crypt. Always talk about this. Very, very sad. I think it's one of Peter Cushing's greatest performances, where he plays the poor old man, Arthur Grimsdyke. He has little kids in his house and that. He's only being kind to them and that, and you've got this horrible neighbour across the road. I think he works on the council or something, and he torments poor Peter Cushing's character. He sends him horrible letters and that, and he ends up driving to suicide. But then Peter Cushing comes back as a zombie and from the grave, and he gets his revenge. One of my favourites, all-time favourites, there's that one, and there's the one also in the same film, the one set in the blind man's home, with the sergeant major he takes over the blind man's home, doesn't he? He runs it like a bloody army camp, and he's got this big Alsatian dog, and he's really nasty, to the poor people in the home and that. Of course, they get their revenge with the razor blade. If you've seen Tales from the Crypt, you know what I mean. They get their revenge on him. They lock him in this cell and that, and he built this bloody narrow bloody corridor all absolutely crammed. They're all razor blades sticking out the wall and that, and he got like he starved his dog, don't he put his dog in a cell, and then like they let him out a couple of days later, and he's got the choice between going down the razor blade corridor or getting eaten by his dog. Well, of course, he goes down the razor blade corridor. He starts cutting himself because it's that sort of like close, it's that narrow. And as he cut himself, he put the lights out, and the dog jumps on him. Oh, terrifying that! Yeah. So that's one. And then the one, there's so many though. The one the house that dripped blood. Christopher Lee has a little daughter, and the mother was a witch and that, and Christopher Lee, he's very, very stern. He's very, very, very protective of her and that, he doesn't like her he's very, very strict, and he hires a nanny and that, and he disagrees. But cut a long story short, a very, very sinister tale of voodoo, and it's sort of like the mother, sort of like an influence of spells, with the husband and the daughter and that. That's a great one, that. But there's loads, yeah. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, the one with Roy Castle in, where he's in the the band and that, he steals the music and that, with it terrifying consequences. What's the other? Asylum, the one with Briss Eklund in, where she has like is it Charlotte Rampling? Yeah, she has like she's got like an imaginary friend when Lucy came to stay. That's a great one, that. Briss Eklund plays an imaginary friend, yeah, Lucy. But oh yeah, there's been so many over the years. Yeah, the one going back even further, Dead of Night with the ventriloquist doll. That's a great one. That was classed as the first real British horror anthology, Dead of Night. You haven't seen that one? About 1945, I think it was made. That's a great one. That's some great stories in that. Yeah, so so there's been so many great horror anthology segments over the years, but they spring to mind as my particular favourites, Richard. Brian's saying, I've been enjoying getting horror double feature Blu-rays recently. Do you buy them? I do, actually. I've actually just sent off for the Scanners 2 and 3 because I've never seen them. I've got the first Scanners. I picked that up when I was in HMV last week. But I've got part 2 and part 3 Scanners. Yeah, I do get horror double feature bills. I bought the Count Yorga double bill before I got the Blu-ray. Yeah, so they look good in that. And films what I've loved, and I haven't got my collection. I do get them. From time to time. Yeah. Here's a good question. David GPS is saying, I watched the Satanic Rites of Dracula. That was from 1973. It was actually Christopher Lee's last Dracula. His last play as Dracula for Hammer Studios. What Satanic Rites of Dracula? It was great. Why do people hate it? Good question. I think some people have got to what the problem is with that movie with some people is the fact that it's kind of like a James Bond movie, if you will. Like you've got like the secret the government officials and that, corrupt officials and that, and you've got like the secret house and that, where Christopher Lee's operating from. He's got like this sort of like he's built this like group, hasn't he? Like these motorbike riders and that, and like this like army of like undercover agents and that. And you've got like the Scotland Yard, like I said, it's got like a kind of all these top names, like professors and that. It's got a kind of like a James Bond espionage ambience about it. I think that's one of the main gripes with people. I always refer to it as the Dracula James Bond movie. And then the part where at the end where Christopher Lee. Now I'm a great Christopher Lee fan. I love him. So don't need to say I love him to bits as Dracula. But even I had to said about the ending where he walks into the hawthorn bush. Now, at the climax when he confronts Van Helsing and he goes out after him, doesn't he, Dracula? And Van Helsing's taunting him, Dracula, I'm over here and that. And they got like a big hawthorn bush outside the grounds of Dracula's lair. And what does Dracula do? He walks through the hawthorn bush, knowing all full well that it can kill him. And as he's walking through the hawthorn bush, it's ripping his skin and that, and he's becoming like all bloody and that. And he continues to walk through the hawthorn bush, trying to get a piece of cushion. He's like that. And the more he's reaching through the hawthorn bush, the more the horns are tearing, his flesh and his clothes and that. And in the end, he just falls out. At the end, he's got like he ends up like having like it's like a Christ-like reminiscence, like because he has like I'm sure he puts a crown of thorns on him, Van Helsing, but I know he stakes him. He administers the coup de grace. But yeah, I thought that that I think that ruined the movie a bit for me because why would Dracula deliberately walk through a hawthorn bush? Because he's the Prince of Darkness, isn't he? All powerful vampire. Surely he could turn into mist or turn into a bat. I think what it was there. I think Hammer liked to do these like real dramatic endings and that, because he did a different ending, didn't he, guys? If you know your Dracula Christopher Lee Law as much as I do, they did a different outstanding ending for each Dracula movie. Like Dracula Prince of Darkness, he went under the moat, didn't he? Dracula's risen from the grave. He fell on that big gold crucifix, went right through his body. Scouser Dracula. Admittedly, that was a little bit corny. Just as he was going to throw the silver spear at Dennis Waterman, like God struck him down with lightning. How convenient and that. But having said that, for all for these slight flaws, I love those movies to bits, and I would forever defend them. Even the Universal movies had their flaws. Like Wolfman, he always wore that breast pocket shirt, didn't he? You can laugh about it now, but at the time, he didn't think anything of it. As a young horror kid, watching them and that, But when you're analysing now, you can see the faults. But yeah, it's a good question. I don't think there's all that many people that hate it. I've heard people saying it's not a very good Dracula, but I've never really don't anybody really despises it. They said like it's not really one of their favorite Dracula movies, but I think it's because primarily it could be one of both of those reasons. It's too much like a James Bond movie. It's got like the political element, like the MPs and that, and the professors all getting involved in Dracula's secret ring of followers, and then you've got the cops, as I say, Dracula making that stupid mistake at the end where he walks through the hawthorn bush thinking he's going to be unscathed. I think that's the two main faults of that movie. Yeah, so there you go. But I like Satanic Rite of Dracula. Watch it anytime. Tony York saying, I'm hoping to get the 88 films released at Beast in the Cellar. Me too. So yeah, years since I saw it, but I'll definitely be getting that one. We've got Roger. Oh no, it's definitely not the Roger Moore. We've got a bloody idiot in the room. Where are these stinking sewer rats coming from? Bloody idiot, you sick bee. Get out. Go and get a bloody life. Sicko. Words can't. I can't find a word to describe these idiots. I really can't. They obviously don't know anything about movies. Yeah, so you're bloody thick. You don't know anything about movies, so you resort to bloody dirty verbal tactics to try and get a laugh. You won't get a bloody laugh here because you're not bloody wanted. So clear off, stink bomb. Stink. I can smell you from here. Stench is terrible. You're probably a bloody loser. You probably never had a bloody girlfriend in your life. Sorry about this, guys. I just feel like singing that song. Be a clown, be a clown. A very, very apt description. And I tell you what, I've encountered some clowns in my life, and not just on YouTube either. Say no more about that. Not funny clowns either. God. Roger Moore is no saint in this particular instance. I've zapped him anyway. Idiot. Yeah, he is an idiot. Well done, Brian. Yeah, bloody idiots. Vinny, Alan, do you remember watching The Twilight Zone with the late Telly Savalas? Yeah, that's one of my favourite episodes, that one. Yeah, Talkie Tina, love that one. Richard Brown, Nigel Patrick as the blind hospital administrator. Yeah, yeah, it's like a sort. I think he's an ex-sergeant major, isn't he? Yeah, because he say to that the main fella, the leader of the blind people. He says like, when I was in the army, I met all kinds of people and that, So and he's sitting there, isn't he, having a big slap up meal with his dog and that, and they're on slop. The inmates aren't they, and that, But yeah, Patrick McGee? Patrick McGee, I think, comes in and says, "Oh, you give us a slop." I love the way he says it, slop. Yeah, great. That's a great movie. That it really is. Tony York seems to be full of trolls, and yeah, I think jealousy comes into it as well. I think there's just a little easy beansy bit of jealousy. Jealousy is a terrible thing, guys. The green-eyed monster. If they think they think you know better than them, and that you start getting envy. I don't profess to know. I don't profess to know any more than the next person about movies. I'm just doing my channel, entertaining people, and I don't want stinking, smelly, losing trolls on my channel. So you needn't bother coming on. So just clear off, idiots. There's something missing with you. So whoever you are, if it's the same person, you've got something up here that's not right. So you're probably leaving a sad. You're probably leaving a very sad life, sitting up with your teddy bear on cuddled up on the sofa and that. Oh, what can I do now? I think I'll go and ruin somebody's channel. Yeah, you're not going to bloody ruin my channel. You probably don't know anything about films anyway. And if you do know about films, you probably watch a lot of bloody rubbishy ones, really boring movies. I bet you watch. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, full of bloody teenagers and that, jumping out of bed and that. Who wants to watch that crap? Not me. So clear off. Chestnut Seven, thanks. All boys down to jealousy, guys. I've spoken to a few people about these trolls, and the word jealousy comes up again and again and again. Terrible thing, jealousy when you're envious of a person's channel and that. It's a terrible thing. David Allen, did you like the Monster Club movie? I'm free up from Beyond the Grave. Yeah, I did. Yeah, love Angela Pleasant's story. Very creepy. Yeah, it was very creepy. Yeah, Richard Brown. Those Scanners films aren't bad, Alan. Yeah, I'll have to check those out. Lurking Crash Zero. I know there are still lots of films that never made it to DVD or Blu-ray. Are there any films you've always wanted to own but never been able to source? I don't think so. I think all the films I've liked and wanted to own, I've got them. So yeah, yeah. Tony's saying I enjoy Satanic Rites of Dracula as it made a change to have a contemporary setting as at AD 72, despite its bad points. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a good watch. Satanic Rites of Dracula. Yeah, and Dracula AD 1972. I love that opening in Dracula AD 1972, where it starts off where Dracula's fighting Van Helsing on a coach, isn't he? Runaway coach. Coach turns over, and I think it's Hyde Park, and they're both fighting to the death, aren't they? And both of them die. But if you've seen the movie, and the apostle collects Dracula's blood, doesn't he? And then it zooms up into the sky, and you see an airplane. Say you're right into modern days now, and Dracula is going to have some very fiendish adventures in 1972. Great opening that to a horror movie. I think that must be one of my all-time favorites openings to a horror movie. Tony York, yeah, Satanic Rites of Dracula. Kevin saying I love Satanic Rites. Yeah, yeah. I remember it coming out in the early 70s when I was at school and that. And I thought to myself, oh, I'd love to see that right now and that, but I didn't. I wasn't a great picture goer. We only seen a couple of pictures only seen a couple of movies on the big screen. I like to watch them on the television and that, But I do remember getting the when it became available on a VHS in the late 80s. I snapped it up along with Dracula AD. I think it was Dracula AD 1972. But then again, when he came out on DVD against Gotham and now Blu-ray, so yeah, I love all those Christopher Lee Dracula films. Despite as I said before, one or two, minor gripes, I can overlook them and just say like generally they were such great, enjoyable movies. I've got to say it again, Christopher Lee was the best Dracula. I don't like all this modern rubbish now with bloody poster boys, Twilight and all that. You can keep that. And one of my other favourite vampires is the Reggie Nolder one from Salem's Lot. Very, very scary, creepy vampire, Barlow. That's a great one, that. Yeah. I'm just this new Salem's Lot, what they're making. I'm not going to go into it like expecting anything great, because most of these bloody remakes have been absolute crap. So I'm just going to go into that with an open mind, and let's just see what sort of well, if they do make a mess of it, I won't be surprised. Let's put it that way. David's saying, Alan, have you seen a horror movie called Symptoms yet? Starring Angela Pleasance, 1974. It's great, worth checking out. Yeah, seen it a couple of years ago. Yeah, I don't remember too much about it. I don't think it was one that I wanted to watch again. Just for one watch. Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah, Donald Pleasance's daughter. Richard Brown saying, I always liked The Devil a Daughter. Not many seem to. Yeah, it's okay. The Devil a Daughter, just that rather quick, seemingly rushed ending. Yeah. So yeah, Christopher Lee, very, very evil priest he plays in that, doesn't he? Yeah. Tony York, I got the BFI release of Symptoms. Always enjoy seeing Peter Vaughan's performance. Yeah, that was the one. I seem to recall that was the one. I bought the BFI one. David GPS. A bad Hammer movie is much better than the crap horror movies that are, and there's a lot of bloody crap horror movies out now. It's every other horror movie, 99.9% of what they're making now are bloody crap, and they're making it all the more worse with this bloody woke garbage, what they're sort of like, they're peppering their movies with. Who wants to go to see a movie with having this bloody rubbish rammed down your throat all the time about bloody identity politics? Not me. So I just hope the woke does mean go broke, because they bloody deserve it. They've got a bloody cheek inflicting the pile of rubbish what they've inflicted on us, thinking we're gonna like it and that. And more power to these people who are shunning these woke movies. I admire you. I give you a collective pass on the pass on the back for shunning this bloody woke garbage. It's getting beyond the joke. It really is. They're tampering with Alice in Wonderland now, aren't they? Putting bloody stupid trigger warnings. I just want to know the person who first concocted the idea that we put trigger warnings on Alice in Wonderland to be sacked on the spot if I was the boss. I'd sack all these woke idiots. I'd get them all out of the office and get some bloody sensible people in. I'm surprised they got to power, with the stupid balmy ideologies and that, but I don't want to get too political, guys. I've had a bit of a rant already tonight about the mindless trolls that have infested the channel tonight. You know who you are. But yeah, so yeah, I'll try to keep it a bit more light-hearted now. This is a fun channel. Don't want to be having idiots on this ruining it. Kevin, they should have made a TV spin-off using the police characters from Satanic Rites of Dracula. Yeah, good points. Chestnut 7. Satanic Rites is my least favourite of the Hammer Draculas, but it's not awful. That's fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye, Roger Moore. Enjoy your ban, you stupid, senseless clown, wherever you are. Chestnut 7. I can think of a word or two, Alan, but I can think of a lot of words, but I don't swear on my channel. I can think of a lot of words to describe what they are. One begins with S and ends in T. Stink like it. Kevin's saying he's been on before that, Roger. Oh, where's he now? I wish I knew where he bloody lived, I tell you. Haven't they got anything better to do? Better ways of spending a Thursday night than coming on people's channels and uttering rubbish. Yeah, I say this is what strikes me about these trolls. They don't know they don't know much about movies, and if they do like movies, there's probably a lot of bloody rubbish they watch anyway. Lee Fisher, any horror movie you would to have a series. Well, I do like Bull Creek, but I didn't like the TV series, what he did of it. And I believe there's been quite a few other horror movies where they've done TV series of, which not having appealed to me. The Exorcist was one. I believe he did a TV series of Rosemary's Baby. I'm not really a great fan of them doing like TV series spin-offs of especially classic horror movies. I think it dilutes. I think that's just my opinion. I think it dilutes the story if they start doing TV series of great horror movies. I don't know what's your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think if they start doing TV series of great horror movies, I think it dilutes the story? That's my opinion, anyway. Loses the magic for me somehow. Over familiarity, maybe. David's asking me, Alan, what do you think of those two Terrifier clown movies? I think they are too graphic. Well, the second one was certainly graphic. The poor girl in the bedroom. Oh, my days, one of the most disturbing, shocking scenes, kills I've ever seen in a horror movie. Terrifier 2. Terrifier, the first Terrifier was brutal as well, what he done with that girl. Yeah, they're very graphic, very brutal. And Pennywise is one of the most horrifying, twisted, merciless, murderous characters, like shocking characters I have ever seen in horror movie history. I believe they're making a third one, aren't they? Set around about Christmas. I shudder to think what it'll be doing at Christmas. Kevin's saying, I'm hoping 88 Films release more Tygon titles this year. Yeah, me too, Kev. Yeah, love Tygon. Wasn't the Legend of the Werewolf a Tygon movie from 1975? Now that is a movie that is long overdue for a release. I'm surprised it hasn't had one. Peter Cushing's in it. Yeah, and it's a David Rintoul. I think it's David Rintoul. He plays the werewolf with white hair, and it's very good, that one. Yeah, not as good as Curse of the Werewolf or Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman series, but it's still a good one in its own right. So I'd love to see. Yeah, getting back to that question before about what movie would I like to see Arrow release? The Legend of the Werewolf. So if any representatives of Arrow are watching this, stream, get that out on a Blu-ray with special edition. Even Vinegar Syndrome could do it. Any boutique label that specialises in doing picking those old 70s horror movies and revamp, giving them a new transfer. I would certainly, Legend of the Werewolf will be right up there as a movie I'd love to see. Yeah, on Blu-ray. Kevin's saying the sad sacks, Alan, they're more than bloody sad sacks. They are. They're just bloody nutcases as far as I'm concerned. They said you don't know. They gave me that impression of being not knowing much about very, very little about what we're talking about tonight. All right, they might watch a lot of movies, but they don't know much about. They could watch hundreds and hundreds of movies and still not know much about them, especially horror movies. So it doesn't mean to say because you watch a lot of movies, you know how to talk about them and you're an expert on them. No. So they're not impressing anybody. Probably can't even add up or write a bloody sentence. Kevin's saying Legend of the Werewolf is a difficult one to get released, as is the Ghoul. Now that's another one, Kev. The Ghoul. I'd love to see the Ghoul released. Let's hope they get released soon. I hope by summer, like 88. But the Ghoul's a great little movie. Peter Cushing, yeah, it's a great one. Now Veronica Carlson's in that as well. The girl out the Hammer films and the guy that was in the Survivor series. The bloke he played Greg in the Survivor, and he's in the zombie. He made those 3 zombie series, didn't he? Yeah, he's a good actor. I can't remember his name. The blonde guy, very good actor. Yeah, he gets the thing through his forehead when he goes up the stairs, right through his forehead. Yeah. Tony York saying 88 films are releasing Annie Calder, Raquel Welch Weston, and Body Stealers. Oh yeah, I've seen those 2. Yeah, I might pick those up, even though I'm not a great fan of westerns. I might get Annie Calder, and I might try Body Stealers. That's the one with Patrick Allen in, isn't it? Might pick that one up as well, yeah. Brian's saying, fingers crossed they can sort something out so both can get released. Yeah, I hope so, yeah. Tony's saying both from Saigon, yeah. David's asking me, Alan, did you like British 80s comedy? Shelley and Sorry with Ronnie Corbett. I like Sorry. My mum likes Sorry, but I didn't like Shelley. A lot of talking that. Yeah, I wasn't a great fan of Shelley. Kevin's saying Dracula AD 1972 openings. Yeah, it's a great opening, that, Kev. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I'd say I like the way it starts off in 1872, then it comes forward, doesn't it, to 1972, and again you see the plane up in the sky and that, and all the young trendy things of the 1970s and that. That's groovy, man, and all that. Get with it, man. Yeah, I love that. Callum Munro as well. Oh, all that blood at the Dracula, when he tried to revive Dracula. I love Callum Munro. She's one of the nicest, finest female actresses I've ever had the pleasure of seeing, on the silver screen. Nice person as well, by all accounts, when she goes to the horror conventions now. Always got time for the fans and that, yeah. Made many films as well as horror movies. Yeah, I love Callum Munro. Kevin's saying that sequence is amazing. It is indeed, yeah. David's saying, Alan, did you buy Blood on Satan's Claw Blu-ray for? No, I bought the Blu-ray, David. I didn't bother with the 4K. As I say, I've been having problems with the 4K. They've been very dark, So I haven't bothered getting the 4Ks. Kevin, what did you think of the two Dracula titles you bought, Alan? No good. Didn't like them. Didn't like them at all. So not as good as Christopher Lee, The worst one was a Blood for Dracula and the Frankenstein one I bought as well, didn't I? The two Andy Warhol ones, Flesh for Frankenstein, terrible movies, awful. I got rid of them as soon as possible. I hated them. Vinny, what's about that movie with Sir Anthony Hopkins, Magic? It's great, that one. I would highly recommend that one. The ventriloquist doll, it takes him over his mind and that. I've got the novel of that by, I think it's William Goldman. Anthony Hopkins. Another good movie I like Anthony Hopkins in, although my mum hates it. She hates the kid in it, squawk, shouting all the time. Audrey Rose, where he keeps pestering the family all the time. Thinking his daughter's reincarnation. It's in, reincarnation. Their daughter's reincarnation of his daughter that got killed in it. I think it was a car crash. He's good in that, Anthony Hopkins. Of course, I like him. I like him playing Hannibal Lecter. But that Magic, that's when he was a younger actor. That's one of his greatest movies. That I highly recommend. And Margaret's in it as well, and Burgess Meredith, great movie. So if you haven't seen Magic, I'd highly recommend you add that to your collection. I love it. Tony York saying, Hope 88 released Creeping Flesh from Tygon. Never seen it, and it seems to be well out of print. Yeah, good movie, Creeping Flesh. Very, very hard to guess. Creeping Flesh is good, yeah. Yeah, Arrow. Yeah, that's another title that Arrow could pick up. Creeping Flesh. Chestnut 7. I agree, Alan. No TV series. I agree. No TV series of films. Yeah. Lake and Cross Zero. I thought The Fall of the House of Usher TV series was good. Can't. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment. Lee Fisher. What's the scariest horror movie you've ever? Oh, now you're asking. I've seen so many scare. Primarily when I was a kid, a lot of there was quite a few horror movies scared me when I was a kid. But as I got older, obviously you get used to them. But Christopher Lee, when I first saw him as Dracula, terrified the life out of me. The haunting scared me when the two women are on the bed and you hear the door booming up and down and that. I thought that was very creepy. That one. The Vincent Price one, Theatre of Blood, all the grisly deaths, especially the Robert Morley one. Yeah, that was really. Oh God, I still can't watch that today without wincing. Yeah. Um. Oh God, yeah. Not too keen on The Exorcist. It's not a very. It's something about that movie that gives me very bad vibes. I'm not really a great fan of that. No. So yeah. So I love The Omen. I watch that anytime. as creepy as it is and that. But yeah, as I say, like Christopher Lee Dracula and other ones that I mentioned there about Hell House. Yeah, Psycho quite scared me when I first saw the. I was very very young when I watched it. Like when I first saw the, Norman was his mother, like dressed up in his mother's clothes and that, and the part where the chair, where Janet Leigh's sister, Rena Miles, goes down to the cellar and in the fruit cellar, and she spins the chair out. When you see the skeletal Mrs. Bates, oh, that creeped me out. When I was very, very young though when I first saw it, and that. But yeah, the Psycho, yeah. What else? I thought Willard was quite scary when he got all the rats onto people he hated and that. Yeah, Bruce Davison played him. The part where he's got this bad boss called played by Ernest Borgnine, and he sets all the rats onto him in the sky and he jumps out the skyscraper. All the rats are all over. Oh, that's hot. That scared me. That all the rats were all crawling all over his body. Yeah. But oh yeah, so yeah, there's not very, very few horror movies scare me now because I've watched that many, but those were the ones that come to mind, yeah. So another one I thought was well, it was more of a kind of like not so much horror, but a thriller. I thought was quite disturbing. The Collector, starring Terence Stamp and Samantha Egger. Any of you guys seen that? Where he abducts her and he puts her down in the basement and that, and oh god, what she goes through and that. She thinks she's going to be released and that, and he goes back on his word and that. Oh, he just puts the poor girl through hell. The Collector. That was quite a disturbing movie to watch. I watched that when I was young. I've got the Blu-ray of that now. Is that the sort of thing that could happen? Well, as happened in real life and that, abducting girls and that, that was quite unnerving. Tony York, I think it was Tyburn who produced Legend of the Tyburn. Yeah, you could be right. So Tyburn, they're very similar. Those two studios, aren't they? Very, very easy to get confused with them. Kevin's saying yes, Tyburn. I think Kevin Francis is the man who's holding them back, right? Richard's saying Guy N. Smith wrote a novel based on the Ghoul film. Oh, right. He was a very prolific author, wasn't he, Guy N. Smith? My favourite Guy N. Smith books, guys, were the Crab series of books. I loved them. Yeah, the Night of the Crabs and that. Yeah, I love the Crab books. Yeah. Sadly, no longer with us. Like, he was a very good author. Very, as I say, very prolific Guy N. Smith. Chestnut Seven saying, sorry was good. Timothy, yeah, it was good. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. Tony York. I used to really enjoy Sorry, could never get into Shelley. I didn't like Shelley. As I said before, I didn't particularly like that one. Tommy Alexander, what is your favourite Michael? Easy, the very first Halloween from 1978. That was my number one favourite. So I don't think any of the others are. The closest one has been Halloween 2. That's been the closest one. The other ones, yeah. Although I've got them all in my collect, I don't like that bloody Halloween 3 season of the witch. I don't know why so many like it. I don't see what's so likable about that. I thought it was a pile of poo. I really did. I didn't like it at all. I was bored, really bored watching. I didn't like for one thing, a lot of fans agree with me. They left Michael Myers out of it. I didn't like the story. It was boring. It wasn't scary, and that annoying music as well. Oh, I didn't like it. Didn't like that Halloween 3. Um, wasn't too keen on Halloween where he was in the Big Brother house. I didn't like that. I wasn't too keen on the Rob Zombie Halloween 2. I thought that was ridiculous. The bloody white horse. What was all that about? But my favourite one's got to be the first one. Not a big fan of the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy. Not a big fan at all. I didn't like the way they made like Jamie Lee Curtis like a kind of a female Rambo armed with guns and that. One minute she's scared of, the next minute she goes and confronts him and that. Thought that was a bit corny. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not really a big fan of although I've got them in my collection, I'm not a big fan of David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy. Didn't like that Exorcist one either, that Exorcist Believer. Thought that was a load of bloody rubbish. What was going on there with Ellen Burstyn as well? Vinny, one of my favourite horror movies is Psycho 2. Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, among my all-time favourite horror movie sequels, as I said before, Vin, Absolutely loved it. And the ending as well. Oh my days, what a shocking ending it was. But I've got the I watched it many times. I've got the 4K of it now with all the commentary. So I'll have to watch it with the commentary as well. I've got the special features to watch, and Anthony Perkins was great. I thought it was great bringing him back in that, to reprise his role. I love the beginning as well. A lot of people don't like it, the way it starts. It shows you the ending. It shows you, well, not the ending of the first one, but it shows you like Janet Leigh, doesn't it? Getting into like sort of like it's got like the old like the sepia tone black and white image of her getting into the shower and that. I thought that was great the way they did that. A lot of people say, what did he with moaning minis? What did he have to put a bit of psycho on the tack that on the front for? I say, you have your opinion, your opinion, we have our opinion, and a lot of us that did like the fact that it sort of like carried on from Psycho. It moved on then to where Norm was getting released. It was 22 years later, something like that. And Vera Mars was going mad, wasn't she? Didn't want him on release and that. But yeah, Psycho 2 is an absolute classic. Really great, great from start to finish. I can't fault that movie at all. Psycho 2. But yeah, great series, Psycho. I love all the movies, I really do. David's asking me, Alan, did you like the Sentinel? I've got it in my collection. Yeah, I love the Sentinel. Yeah, Burgess Meredith. Yeah, very, very creepy movie. Yeah, yeah, the creepy figure at the window, Guardian, got the Guardian, the guarding the gates of hell, isn't it? Yeah, great that one, the Sentinel. David's saying Psycho 3 and 4 are quite good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Um, Vampire Jack. You okay, mate? Even all, bit late, but better late than never. Yeah, yeah. Nice to have you along. I'm going on to about 11 tonight because I started a little bit late. I apologise again for that, guys. And apologise for the bloody nutcases that sprung on and that. It's sort of like the big mouths and that. We've got rid of them, so we don't want those people on this channel. I wouldn't even call them people, you know. So, but yeah, I'm on a little bit later tonight. But yeah, nice to have you along, Vampire Jack. Chestnut 7, all the Psycho films are great. Definitely. I love Psycho. I think it's one of the greatest horror franchises ever. And Norman Bates, what I liked about that series, Norman Bates is a very, very complex character. On the one hand, you felt sorry for him. You want like you did with Lon Chaney's Wolf, like Talbot. You wanted him to get better. You knew deep down he was a good person. He didn't really want to kill people. But on the other hand, you hated him when he got dressed up. He donned his mother's garb and that, and he put the wig on. And he went round slaughtering people with the knife. You hated him for that, but at the same time, you felt sorry for him and that because he was battling against this alter ego, wasn't he, mother? So very, very good depth of character. And this is what makes a good horror story, guys. All horror writers say it. If even Stephen King said it, you've got to make the characters interesting. If you don't make the characters interesting, you're onto a loser right from the start. You've got to make the characters interesting, and I think that's what makes for a long-lasting popular horror character. If the character's not interesting, if he's plastic, you've got no chance. Yeah, I love the Psycho series. Gary North saying the new Omen film was very good. Oh, you liked it then, did you? All right, yeah. I might check it out just out of curiosity. I don't think I'll be buying it. I'll most probably rent it off off Amazon. David's saying, don't be afraid of the dark. 70s movie is scary. Yeah, the one with Kim Darby. It is scary, that. Yeah, those little demons in the grace. Yeah, it was real creepy, that. Love that one. Um, Chestnut 7, The Witch and Witchcraft scared me as a kid. Yeah, are you talking about the one with Lon Chaney Jr. in, where he goes mad when he desecrates his family's the grave of his ancestors? Yeah, I love that one. Witchcraft. Yeah, I believe it's been released on Blu-ray as well, hasn't it? Lurking Crass Zero saying The Hand with Michael Caine was probably the first film that terrified me as a kid. I think I was around 7 or The Hand with Michael Caine. Don't think I've seen that one. I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it. I have to check that one out. Anybody remember a movie called The Beast with Five Fingers with Peter Lorre? That was quite good. Ages since I've seen it, but yeah, that was it. creepy one. It very reminded me of the Christopher Lee segments I referred to before. Dr. Terra's House of Horrors, where the hand is in the car and that moved along. That reminded me of the Beast with Five Fingers. David's asking me, Alan, did you like The Howling 2 with Christopher Lee? Yeah, it was okay. I did prefer the first one, though. I must admit, yeah, but yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Vampire Jack, Halloween 3. Oh, you like Halloween 3, do you? Yeah, a lot of people do, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it, unfortunately. Everybody to their own taste, eh? We've got Lurking Crash Zero saying, I like Season of the Witch. Yeah, well, a lot of people do. Yeah, I've got no problem with that. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, it's great. You know, we all got our own preferences and that. You know, a lot of people didn't like Psycho 4 and being on the phone, or, you know, to the radio station, but I didn't mind it. I liked it. Yeah, we all have our own tastes. As everybody's got their own taste. Lee's asking me if you had to pick Frankenstein or Dracula. So, in what sense do you mean? Do you mean like if you had to pick my favorite movie, or if I had to pick who would like to be? If you could just expand on that a little bit more, Lee, I'll be glad to answer your question for you. Richard Brown saying the Halloween 3 or the masks, nothing to do with Mike. I know, yeah, nothing to do with Michael Myers. I know, yeah, it's a completely different story. Well, you most probably know at one point they were considering about doing a different Halloween story, weren't they? Every Halloween, you know, a different kind of story, but that obviously that fell through, so they went back to Myers. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, the masks. Yeah, David GPS Halloween 3. That's fine. Yeah, that's great. I've got no problem with that. Yeah, but that's just not my cup of tea. Jamie's here. You okay, Jamie? Good evening, Sir Alan of Scouser. Hope you're well, Macy. Anything planned to watch this weekend? Don't buy Baghead. Oh, you didn't like Baghead? Yeah, I'll check it out. Like, see what it's like. But obviously, it wasn't to your taste. Yeah. Oh, welcome along anyway, Jamie. Nice to have you along. Hope you've had a good week. Um, David GPS. Have you seen the Wicker Tree? Yeah, I've seen the Wicker Tree. It's not as good as it. It's not as good as the. It's not as good as the Wicker Man. And talking of the Wicker Man, I see they bought out at they bought a Blu-ray out and a 4K. Well, the 4K was a special edition, had the box set, didn't it? But I was in HMV the other day and I saw the 4K, the standard version, you know, without the trimmings and that. But I also saw the Blu-ray as well, and I noticed I had a look at the back of the Blu-ray and I saw it's got more new features on it. What I haven't got on the one I've got, I've had a couple of years, but I've noticed there's some new features on the new Wicker Man, like for instance, an interview with Britt Eklund, which has never been on any of the other editions what I've had, and then there's a couple more new features as well. So I might get that one, because like there's more. I love these special features to see, so I might pick the blue. I won't lay out on the 4K, but I might pick that Blu-ray up. It's got a new transfer as well. Yeah, so Tony Crosby. Hi, Alan. You okay, To? And all. I recently watched The Legend of Hell House for the umpteenth time, and it's still a great movie. It is a great movie. I love The Legend of Hell House. Yeah. Roddy McDowall's great, isn't he? He's the medium in that. Yeah. And it's got a real creepy atmosphere, hasn't it? Yeah. The Belisco house. Yeah. I've got the novel as well, written by Richard Matheson. Yeah. So yeah, I love The Legend of Hell House. Real creepy haunted house movie. Kevin William Wardle, Psycho 2 is superb. Oh yeah, definitely. As I said before, it's one of the greatest horror sequels ever made. I love it. I just love it. Absolutely. I can't fault that movie at all. Along with The Bride of Frankenstein, my other all-time favorite sequel. Again, a movie I can't fault. Fantastic. A lot of these Hollywood horror producers could learn a lot from watching those masterpieces. I tell you, instead of churning out the same old teenage dominated crap like they've been doing, and they're putting too many jump scares, guys, in their movies now. You know, they're relying too much on jump scares instead of story. You know, so I think they should address the story more and create more interesting, compelling characters rather than just going for the fun house cheap special effects of a Boo every other 5 or 10 minutes. David's saying, Alan, have you seen the 80s TV series Bates Motel with Bud Cort? I saw a movie, a TV movie called Bates Motel, from the 80s. Is that the one you mean? And I've also obviously seen the new one, the Bates Motel with Vera Farmiga. It was very good, the Vera Farmiga one, up until the last episode. Oh my days! I'm not even going to say about that. But I have seen. If that's the one you mean, the 80s TV series. It was like I got it on like just on the one tape and that. Yeah, I've seen that. It was all right. It was not special. Tommy's asked, Tommy Alexander, what do you think of the Chucky films? There's only a couple I like, really. I like the first Child's Play. I like the second one. I wasn't too keen on the one where he was in the military school. Child's Play 3. I didn't like the Bride of Chucky. I didn't like the Seed of Chucky. I did like the return to form of Chucky and the Curse of Chucky. I thought that was really good. He went back to being serious, didn't he? And that girl in the wheelchair, and it was full of atmosphere, the creepy house. So I did like the Curse of Chucky. I didn't like the Cult of Chucky. What was all that nonsense about doing clones of Chucky? No, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the bloody TV series. That was a bloody washout. That was. Yeah, there's only a handful I like of Chucky. I think they should leave him now. I think they've done enough of him now. I think they've exhausted him. I didn't like the remake either. I thought that was terrible. But yeah, I say there's only those few I like of Chucky. Brian's saying, "Hi Alan, I've got to go. Sadly, I've got to be up early. I really enjoyed your live stream. Oh, thanks very much, Brian, mate. Yeah, it was great to have you along. It's been great talking to you all. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Take care. Oh, thanks very much, Brian. Yeah." And if you're a betting man, yeah, if you have a bet in the Grand National, I hope you pick the big winner. I haven't bothered for years. But thanks very much, Brian. Take care, mate. Nice talking to you. Chestnut 7, Lisa Brian, yeah. Lake and Crash Zero. The Hand is an early Oliver Stone film, mate. Very similar to The Beast with Five Fingers. Sounds good. I'll have to check that out. David GPS. The Howling Werewolf transformation was amazing, yeah. Just as good as an American Werewolf. I totally agree. I like the Howling, yeah. I think the first Howling is my favourite one of the whole Howling franchise. But yeah, those two, they were very popular, weren't they, when he first came out in the 80s? Still are. American Werewolf in London and the Howling. Yeah, Patrick Macnee was good in that one. The Howling, wasn't he? I love Patrick Macnee. Yeah, he was great as John Steed in the Avengers. And we've got Dr. Impossible here. You okay, Doc? Hope you're well. Go on, Alan. Give Arthur Hiller's Nightwing a shot. At least the vampire bats look genuinely authentic. And David Warner doesn't have to worry about the New Omen's lack of original. Yeah, Nightwing, yeah. Yeah, I seem to remember that was based on a novel, wasn't it, Doctor? I've only seen trailers of it. I haven't seen it right through, but I'll give that a shot. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Doctor. David is saying, Alan, did you like the Omen sequels and remake? I love the Omen sequels. I didn't like the remake of the Omen with that guy. What's his name? He was in the Full Monty. He played the priest. Is it Pete Postlethwaite? I wasn't too keen on that because it was basically a line for line remake of the original with a couple of variations, but not a great fan of that one. The one with the little girl in was all right. It was okay, but my favourites are the first three. Gregory Peck, the first one, and the second one with William Holden, and the third one, with Sam Neill, when he grew up in that, he kept referring to the Nazarene, yeah. Very, very creepy, wasn't that? Sam Neill, yeah. Love the part with the dogs as well, where he sets the dogs on that fella. Oh, God. Oh, he's a real badass in that, isn't he, Sam Neill? Chestnut Step 7, would you stay in a Villisca house overnight alone? No, I don't think so. I think I'd draw the line there. As much as I love writing horror books, writing true ghost stories, and watching horror films, I think I'd draw the line about staying in a haunted house all alone on my own in the dead of night. No, thank you. We've experienced a couple of things ourselves and our family which proved to me that there must be something beyond this life. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I don't think I'd like to do that. Certainly not in the Whaley house or any other houses of similar notoriety. Vinny's asking me, Alan, have you seen Peeping Tom 19? Yeah, funny enough, Ben, I watched that a couple of weeks ago and I didn't like it. No, I got bored with it, so I flogged it. Yeah, I know a lot of people do like it, but too slow for me. Chester Seven, Peeping Tom's a great film with lovely colour. It had nice colour, but I thought the story was a bit too sluggish. Story's a bit too sluggish for me. David GPS. That new horror Imaginary was awful. Don't buy that movie. Oh, it's no good. Is that the one with the teddy bear, isn't it? Yeah, I've heard a couple of people say it's no good, that. Richard Brown saying, have you seen the Pajama Girl case? A giallo with Ray Milland. I'm not too sure. I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to check that one out. At least I don't think it's kind of a giallo then. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've seen a lot of giallo movies. I might have seen it and forgotten it. But I'll keep it in mind anyway, Richard. David GPS. Alan, don't you think Exorcist 3 is overrated? To tell you the truth, I'm not really a huge fan of the Exorcist movies. Exorcist 3, oh God, seen that many, many years ago. I remember that particular jump scare scene in the hospital. Don't remember the story, but I'm not really a huge fan of him. I do prefer The Omen more than the Exorcist franchise. Like, I don't like all that stuff with the Ouija board and that. I've heard a couple of horror stories about real life cases about Ouija board. And that sort of like gives the film a very bad taste and leaves a very bad taste in the mouth. Because I've heard a couple of stories about people playing with Ouija boards, and that's why I'm not really a great lover of that the Exorcist movies. Tony York, influential film Peeping Tom, along with Psycho, right? Tony Crosby, Ray Milland was great in The Premature Burial. He certainly was, yeah. And The Man with the X-Ray Eyes as well. He was good in that. I'd tell you another good movie he was good in. So, have you ever seen an anthology movie called The Uncanny, made in 1977, starring Peter Cushing? He played Peter Cushing's. I think it was either his editor or his agent, and Peter Cushing goes to him with this book. He's written about cats are going to take over the world. Oh yeah. Of all animals to take over the world, cats so inoffensive and so nice and cuddly. You can understand if it was rats, couldn't you? Like the James Ever, but cats, oh come on. But the stories are very entertaining, and it's a good little horror anthology. It's called The Uncanny. It's got a good framing story with Ray Milland, as I say, and Peter Cushing's trying to convince him through this book. He's got the manuscript that cats are going to take over the world, and he had the stories in the book and that, but Ray Milland, he was cynical, he poo-pooed it and that, but it's a great one, that, if you get a chance to see that one, The Uncanny. Lake and Crash Zero, Premature Burial's great, yeah, it's very good, yeah, and that song, isn't it, Whistle it, Alive, Alive, oh, yeah. David GPS, the Psycho remake in the 1990s was pointless, yeah. Yeah, I prefer Anthony Perkins. Tony Crosby. Two films I enjoyed that don't get talked about are The Manitou and The Incredible Melting Man. I've got neither of those in my collection, and they are on my radar. To add to my collection. The Manitou's Tony Curtis, isn't he? So it's based on a novel by Graham Masterton. He's wrote some great books, guys. Graham Masterton, yeah. And The Incredible Melting Man is definitely one I've got to pick up, yeah. But yeah, two good ones there. So yeah. Tommy Alexander is saying, I'm going to hop off now. I will share the stream and I will turn on all notifications. I wish you the best. Take care. Oh, thanks very much. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a nice weekend. And if you have a bet in the Grand National, if you're a betting man, I hope you pick the big winner. I'm not bothering. I haven't bothered for years, and I've got no intention. Yeah. Thanks, So. See you soon. Richard Brown, The Incredible Melting Man was originally going to be a comedy. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, as I say, I'll have to add that to my Arrow collection, The Incredible Melting Man. Chestnut Step 7 wouldn't go near a Ouija board. Wise man, wise man. Yeah, even your Catholic priests say don't meddle with them. I've heard too many stories like that, sort of like ties in with the Exorcist film. Just gives you the collywobbles and that. The more you think about it, because she messed around with it, didn't she, in the film Reagan? And look what happened to her. But I've heard stories, and I don't really even talking about it just gives me the creeps. So yeah, stay well away from Ouija boards. And to think they were big business, weren't they? Don't know if you guys know, in the First World War, a lot of bereaved relatives bought them to see if they could contact the husbands or sons that were killed in World War One. Yeah, most probably in World War Two as well. A lot of people dabbled with them, but yeah, stay well away, guys. I would even think about, don't ever. The last thing you'd ever want to do is tamper with them. Believe me, they're bad medicine. I would never ever do one for all the tea in China. Richard Brown, Ray Milland is good in Frogs. That's another good one. Frogs, yeah. I've got that one. In my collection. It's a great one. That Frogs. Tony Crosby, love the Uncanny. Yeah, it's a great one. Cushing's acting on Edge was a masterclass. It's a great. Yeah, I like to revisit that one every now and then. The Uncanny. It's a good little. All the cat stories are good, especially that one with Susan Penhaligon. Oh my days! Oh God, that is really brutal. That. Oh God, all those cats jumping on her. Yeah, it's good. It's great. The Uncanny. David GPS. It's crazy that they sell Ouija boards and shops. I know, yeah, they're still selling them, are they? They want to get them off the markets. They're bad bloody medicine, them. Not to be treated lightly, and certainly not a game you want to mess around with. Lurking Crassino, the incredible melting man hasn't got much going for us other than the great creature makeup. Probably would have been better as a comedy, to be honest. Lol, lots of unintentionally funny laughs in it. Oh well, yeah, I most probably will get it, like, in the not too distant future. Yeah, even if I have a laugh out of it instead of scared, at least it'll be something. Doctor Impossible saying, Hollywood's struggling on all fronts. If it's not diverse and inclusive, it will be a reimagination or a soft reboot to relaunch another series franchise. Some of the best writers and directors are, rest in peace. Yeah, Hollywood's in a right mess at the moment, Doctor. And every time I go on YouTube and see these all new videos with the woke, as I said before, it stands out. We have the red letter and the black background and all the woke story, and they got the flames and that. But I think to myself, what do they reckon now? What are they launching the construction ball at now, demolishing another great movie in the name of ideology, pushing this agenda, identity politics, which should bloody be stopped everywhere because it's infested everything now. It's bloody stupid and all. I think I've said this before. Some of these, like, airlines, they don't, they can't, the cabin crew, they can't call the people getting on the plane, ladies and gentlemen. That is bloody stupid. That needs to go right away. What are you supposed to call them? What are you supposed to call them? It's bloody stupid. Oh, these bloody managers now that's took over, these bloody officers, it makes me bloody blood boil. David's saying, Alan, what's your next horror purchase on Blu-ray? Well, I was just saying to Jamie before, he recommended not getting Baghead, because I did have designs on that when I first saw it advertised. But now that Jamie's put me wise to it, I don't know so much. I might give it a miss. I don't know. I'll just watch it out of curiosity, because we've all got different tastes, haven't we? So my next horror purchase, I'm just trying to think. Nothing comes to mind at the moment. I said the other one I'm going to buy on Saturday. That's not a horror. That's the Priscilla movie. About looking at from Elvis's wife's perspective. So probably pick that one up. I don't know about Baghead. I don't know about that. Yeah, nothing at the moment. But I've already ordered the third what's the name movie, Jack in the Box movie. So I'm looking forward to getting that. So yeah, nothing really at the moment. I'll say before about the Vinegar Syndrome, Doctor Terra's House of Horrors, the new 4K is very, very tempting. But yeah, I haven't really made my mind up yet. So we'll see anyway what comes out. Oh, I just thought of one. The one, The Beast in the Cellar. Yeah, that's definitely on me list of pages when it comes out. Yeah, The Beast in the Cellar. Richard Brown, we have a cat to keep an eye out for bad spirits. Well, it's funny, do you reckon animals can see ghosts? Have you ever seen your cat prick its ears up and look as if it's just something there and there's nothing there? Same with dogs. Happened many a time with us and that, you say, what are you looking at? He pricked their ears up as if there's somebody standing there. Yeah, especially late at night and that, give you the bloody creeps. David GPS, Disney are losing money because of their woke agenda. I know, yeah, and it's happening every day. I don't understand why the shareholders aren't saying enough is enough. I mean, why are they continuing to put money into the company that's sinking as fast as the Titanic is sank? Just don't understand it. Sure, it's got to come. Sure, it's got to come to a head soon, guys. All this bloody woke rubbish. Lake and Crassino, Hollywood's full of deviants, mate. Certainly is. Vinny's saying, Alan, I will catch up with you later on, mate. Good night. Good night, Ben. Thanks for stopping by. I have to get up early to go to work tomorrow. All the best. I understand, Ben. Yeah, have a nice weekend. Thanks for stopping by. See you soon. The Deathless Lord Cerberus. Would you do a review of Nicolas Cage's Wicker Man? No. Not a fan of the movie. The only Wicker Man movie I like is the one with Christopher Lee and Edward Woodward. The rest, sequels and whatnot, pale by comparison. So no, definitely not the review of that. David GPS. Alan, did you like the Creepshow movies? They were okay. I do prefer the Amicus ones though. They were okay. Third one was awful. The third one was the worst, I think. Lake and Crash Zero. I actually like Baghead. It's not, see, again, it depends on taste, doesn't it? It's nothing spectacular. I wouldn't buy it full price, though. Watch this at a mate's house for free. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, I might rent it. I don't know. Yeah, I'll see. Tony York. Alan, have you seen the Jess Franco Dracula Christopher Lee? I've got it in my collection, so saw it the other day, and it was okay to say it was a Franco production, but still prefer Hammer. I still prefer Hammer. It was okay. Yeah, they bringing the 4K out, aren't the 8 films? And who else is bringing out? It's a Kino Lorber on 4K with powers of extras. Yeah, it was okay for what it was, but I do prefer Christopher Lee's, like you, I do prefer Christopher Lee's Hammer Draculas. Richard Brown, have you had a look at the indicator sale? I have had a look at the indicator sale, and I put one in me baskets already. The Eyes of Laura Mars, but I've got to get 2 more yet to go with it. So, Chestnut Step 7, Dr. Blood's Coffin. I haven't seen that one. That's another one that's on my radar to add to my collection. Right, so I'm going to be going soon, guys. I'll go about 10 to a thing. So just to try and get a couple more comments in, and I'll be glad. Questions and that, be perfectly happy to answer them and that, And apologies again, guys, for coming on a bit late tonight. And apologies for the bloody verminous, pestiferous trolls we've had to put up with. Bloody lunatics. The Deathless Lord Cerberus. Companies like Disney get paid DEI money from BlackRock to make woke bleep films. So money loss on the movie doesn't bother Disney. However, rumour has it DI is ending. Oh, thank God for that. Yes. Sooner the better. Soon due it's failing miserably. It wants to end. I'm sorry, I'm surprised it hasn't end months ago. All the bloody money they're losing and that, So that's why Disney are making them. They're getting paid DI money from BlackRock. So BlackRock's the ultimate woke organisation, is it? Ooh. Yeah, it's getting out of hand, all this, guys, all this bloody woke nonsense. Sooner it goes, the bloody better. Alan, do you buy from CX or mostly HMV? Mostly HMV and mostly on Amazon, but I do buy from CX from time to time. Usually take movies there, but I don't want to usually trade them in and that, usually prefer to get I know you get more for the vouchers, but sometimes there's nothing in CX I fancy. So I take the money and then just go to HMV, just spend it there, yeah. So. Right, guys, I think I'll go about 11:15. So if you want to get, I'll be happy to skate through as many comments as I can before I knock off on that. And lovies and leavies for the night. And so yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like I'm saying again, apologise for the nitwits and that, the mindless nitwits that crashed our party, as it were. They're going to be nipped in the bud, as soon as they even get a whiff of them, they'll just be zapped, So they're not welcome on this channel at all. We don't want the likes of them on here. This is a family channel, and it's all about films and having a bit of fun and a bit of a laugh. We don't want bloody foul mouth, bloody nobodies like that on our channel. The Deathless Lord Cerberus. Abigail looks an amazing movie. Just a good looking horror. You should definitely check out the teaser, Alan. Abigail. All right. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Lake and Crash Zero Night, mate. Missed the visit the stream, but enjoyed the remainder. Cheers, mate. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Yeah, have a nice weekend, and thanks for stopping by. And speak to you again soon. All going well. David's saying, sad that David Soul died. Love Salem's Lot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a great actor, David Soul. Yeah. He's fantastic in that Salem's Lot, wasn't he? Oh, my days. Yeah. He played Ben Mears and that. Yeah. Well, really, he stood no messing with the vampires, did he? But yeah. He proves to be a real strong adversary to Barlow's evil. Tony York, good night, Alan, everyone. Good night, So. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice weekend. Speak again soon. Right. 2 minutes to go then, guys, on the lovies and leavers. Go down, nip down, get a bit of supper, and maybe watch a movie and that before I go to bed. So yeah, I've enjoyed it and that. Yeah, so just gonna take a couple more comments in, and I'll bring the stream to an end. The Deathless Lord Cerberus, you were right about talk to me. So stupid. I'd rather talk to a wall. I know it was bloody crap, wasn't it? Load of bloody rubbish it was. Richard Brown, have you got a favourite video nasty? Oh, that's tough, that. A favourite video nasty? I like The Evil Dead, the first one. That was my favourite one. I heard all this talk about Driller Killer being a video nasty, and indeed I seem to remember in the 80s a lot of people saying, "Oh, that Driller Killer." I bought the Blu-ray, the Arrow Blu-ray from HMV a couple of weeks ago. I put it in, and within the space of what I think it was about 20 to 25 minutes, I got so bored I switched the bloody thing off. It was a load of bloody rubbish. It was. Whether I'll go back to it or not, I don't know. But I believe like this, the picture on the front, it belies, it belies what the story's really about. Awful, awful. But yeah, I'd say The Evil Dead. Yeah. David Allen, any quick DVD horror you can recommend I buy? Well, I can recommend any quick DVD horror. I'd recommend the Jack in the Box franchise. They've made two up to. They just bought the third one out now. But you've got to like horror movies, like with haunted, antiquated toys. And if you like those sorts of movies, I'd highly recommend that one. The Jack in the Box. They're great. I can't wait to get the third one. And I'll do it, as I said before, I'll do a review of all three movies and that when I've watched the third one. I love the Jack in the Box movies. They're great. I like the Humpty Dumpty as well. They're good. Humpty Dumpty, get those on DVD. Chestnut says 7. Good night, and everyone. Yeah, good night. Thanks for stopping by. MG, I watched Doctor. Is that Doctor Death? I think it might be Doctor Death. Lake and Crassino, Driller Killers, Daft. Yeah, it was. I didn't make an impression on me at all. I watched Doctor Death, Puppet Master, because of your great review. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Doctor Death one. Yeah, the one of the Puppet Masters. Yeah, it's good. That one's short though, isn't it? I know the one you mean now. David, great live stream, Alan. Look forward to your next one. Good night. Have a great weekend. Oh, thanks very much, David. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I really enjoyed talking to you. Yeah, have a nice weekend. Speak soon. Cheers, mate. Deathless Lord Cerberus, Chucky season's back on. Oh no, I won't be watching that. I'm sure it'll be very intellectual. I'm not woke at all. That remains to be seen. The Deathless Lord Cerberus, nice, Alan. Good night. Yeah, and that's about it, guys. Well, I'm gonna love you and leave us all now, guys, and gonna go down, like, get myself some supper. Thanks for turning up, and again, apologies that it was a bit late and that. And I must apologise for the lunatics that gate crashed our party. They're going to be dealt with, as soon as the venture to show their faces again on this channel. I've got a good team of moderators, and I'll zap them as well. So they're not going to get any airplay on this on this channel with the stupid brainless nonsense. So yeah, so clear off. You're not wanted on this channel. So yeah, I've enjoyed it, guys. Now, and if I'm not back next week, I can't promise I'll be back next week. It'll be another couple of weeks, or the week after that, couple of weeks' time, most probably. Yeah. All right then, guys. Yeah. Well, as I say, have a nice. I really enjoyed. Have a nice weekend. And I always say this: if you're going to be going Blu-ray hunting or DVD hunting over the weekend, I hope you manage to pick up some bargains. And of course, the Grand National's on, isn't it, on Saturday? Yeah. So if you're a betting man or girl, and if you have a plus, I hope you manage to pick the winner. If not, the second, third, and fourth. Anyway, all right then, guys. I'm going to love you and leave us all. I'm going to bring the stream to an end. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now. Bye.